Hello and welcome to the Dark Roast of Nerdiness, episode number 12, the Dawn of AiTube. With companies spending billions like Google projected to spend $75 billion this year in the AI landscape, how is it going to affect creators? How is it going to affect the content we love to watch? How is it going to affect movies, music, and so on? AI is speeding so far at a breakneck pace that it is hard to sometimes keep up, and with legislations and laws and everything not even close to keeping up to where companies are going and as fast as they're going, it's going to get to the point where do we even know if AI is we're watching, if it's the real person we're watching, or if it's some digital creation from someone's mindscape or someone's entire identity stolen and taken from them. You can be just sure of one thing. The companies spending all the money on this are not doing it mostly with the best intentions. It's all to maximize profits and keep that bottom line down and profits up. As always, I am joined with my co-host Shark and the rest of our panel. Let's bring them on in and introduce. Grab a coffee, grab a shot, grab whatever fix you need. Hit it, bring it up, slanja. Let's get into it. All right, gentlemen, welcome to everything. How are y'all doing? How's your day going? As you see, we got a nice little new intro. What have y'all been up for the past 2 weeks? Tell everybody what you've been up to before we hop into this. Shark, you're first.
Oh, what have I been up to? I have been...
Besides working your ass off.
Working my ass off, literally. That's about the extent of it. Doing a couple of 8-day runs at work, so... in the middle of another one.
Ugh. No, thank you. I know the pay's going to be good, but god damn.
Oh, yeah.
I used to do that when I owned my own business. 24%. No.
Yeah, I checked today. Uncle Sam's taking 24%.
What about you, Walrus? What have you been up to?
Working, but that's the status quo here. But besides that, I mean, it was the 4th yesterday here in the U.S. I got all 10 toes, all 10 fingers, and only minimal tinnitus. So I think we're good there.
Minimal. I like that one.
Minimal.
Nice.
All right, guys. Hey, I got to finish the monster before I talk.
Oh, you're trying to work to get some cancer and kidney stones, aren't you?
Yeah. It's like my 3rd today.
That's why I love all those studies that are coming out about Monster and Red Bull. I'm like, yeah, you're not supposed to drink 2 to 3 of those fuckers a day. One every once in a while. Yes. That's why I just stick to coffee.
Military and the Rippets.
Hi, Entity. I see our usual follower friend Entity is in the room, and he has said hi to everybody. Also talk about how mentioned a comment that AI is a double-edged sword, and yeah, it is, sir. We are going to get into that. We're going to get into it, how it's going to affect creators and everything in this episode. And yeah, it is definitely here to stay. It is not going nowhere. And he got a new pew-pew for the 4th. Sir, please let us know. What did you get? I'm curious to see what you grabbed, considering there are a hell of a lot of nice ones out there. And I ain't going to lie, I wish I still worked for the coffee company that I choose not to name anymore, solely for the fact that I would have gotten 30% off a staccato.
Should
have taken that offer when I had the extra paycheck. Oh, well. I still know a few people that work there that maybe they'll be like, I need to sell the one I just bought. Wink, wink. Talking to you, Heather. I want a goddamn gun. That's about the only person I still know there. Shit. All right, so let's get into the first one we got here. Sir Shark, if you are ready to go, we got some breaking news to get into.
Yeah. Of course. You say this, and then, of course,
it doesn't want to work.
Ready. I'm never ready.
All right, breaking news for the first segment of our breaking news. Apparently, Chuck E. Cheese is going adult.
Yes, it is. And if I can remember how to screen share today, I am. Pardon me.
There you go.
Yes, Chuck's Arcade. Brought to you by the other mouse that has a plan for your children.
Yeah, the cheesy mouse.
The cheesy mouse, indeed.
I'm still shocked that Chuck E. Cheese made it as big as it was, considering that their pizza was never fucking good, ever. Not compared to the original one that started that, which was Showbiz Pizza.
Oh my goodness, I forgot all about Showbiz.
Come on, how could you forget about Showbiz Pizza? That's exactly where Five Nights at Freddy ripped off their animatronic idea.
I know this. I know. But, okay, to be fair, it was Mr. Gaddy's for me. My parents like going to the Gaddy.
Yeah, I forget. You are a little bit younger than me. And yeah, you would have been, even if you had gone to Showbiz, you would have been at the young, I would say you were probably about maybe between 5 and 7 when Showbiz went out of business. They were the first of those to fall.
Yeah.
And oddly enough, the building there sat empty for a long fucking time. But yeah, they were the ones. They had a, oh crap, what was the name? It was the Country Bear Show.
Mm-hmm.
They played music and everything. And yeah, it was just as creepy.
And all, yeah.
I'm just saying that this concept only works is if there's a UFC pin or something where you can just get into the ring and punch the shit out of that mouse.
Screw that. Make even more money when people get drunk and get into a brawl. Take it in the ring. All right, betting has started, people. It's 101 odds to the skinny dude. Big dude has had more alcohol. He has drunken invulnerability right now.
Well, what gets me is we've already seen a place like this that's probably doing it better. And Walrus, you're the one that actually introduced us to it. It's called Cidercade.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, not only that, you also have Cidercade, and then you also have pinballs.
Oh, yeah.
In Austin.
Shout out to Bishop Cider.
I gotta say, they did have a really good setup. I do kind of wish, even though I don't drink anymore, but when I did at that time, I kind of wish they had a little bit more than just the cider, but I can understand why they do it. It's your own product. It keeps your overhead down.
Yep.
Yeah.
And better quality control. What did Entity say? Oh, nice. You said, you want to show that one up there, Shark, real quick?
Yes, I can. There we go.
All right. I have some anime news. Gate is getting a new season. Yes, I did hear about that one. Yes, laser tag. Well, laser tag wasn't the GOAT. It still is the GOAT. It's just half of the places that do it now, like Dave & Buster's and Main Events, they're a very toned down laser tag from what a real laser tag place used to be. Like,
you remember going to? I remember going to the lock-ins for the laser tag places.
Oh yeah,
like 12 hours straight. You'd be playing all through the night. There's all kinds of raffles and prizes, and you just got to beat up on the little kids.
Oh, real quick, he got a Model 94 30 lever action. Yeah. Nice choice, sir. Very good gun. I will say, if I did go a lever action myself, I really love the crap. I don't know the company. Grand and all the guys have done a video with it. It's the one chambered at 4570. It's got a silver on silver nitrite finish with Kydex.
Are you talking about Q?
No. This one is it's either American Arms or it's Marlin. Or it might be a Remington. No, it's a Remington. Nope, Entity's right. It's a Marlin.
Marlin.
Yeah, no, you're right, Entity. It is a Marlin, now that I'm thinking about it. No, I know the ones you're talking about, Walrus, the laser tag place. We had 5 of them here in San Antonio at one time. I just can't remember the damn name of them. You had one on Ingram Road and one in Embassy Oaks.
Well, and that's also what's funny is, once again, the generational gap there. I never got locked into laser tag. It was the skating rink.
Well, see, we had skating rinks too, but I got locked in laser tag when I was like a young adult because, well, let's face it, at that time I was a hell of a lot lighter and a hell of a lot limberer and less busted up. And the only problem I used to ever get in trouble is every once in a while they do the lock-in games where they would turn the lights off and there was like a 10-second delay before they turned the black lights on. Well, yeah, my ass was running and I'd turn around a corner and either slam into a wall I forgot was there, which one time I broke through the wall. And then the second time I took out what?
Or take out a kid.
That's what I was about to say. I turned a corner. It was like 10 kids turned into bowling pins knocked all over the ground.
The one in Northern Virginia I went to was Laser Quest.
That's what
Laser
Quest. Yes, and he said laser tag. Yes, Fort Worth had laser test. Laser Quest was the one that was here in San Antonio as well.
Yeah, Houston had Laser Quest.
And they was the ones that you two went to in other cities. Were they 2 stories?
No. Yes, they were. Yes, they were. I remember
that was bad. I used to love that, dude. We found a cheat code for the Laser Quest guns. You would not get the score, but you could wipe out every opposing team member. We basically took a prism and put it in front of the laser and refracted it in multiple directions, and you'd see every other team member of the opposite team, their packs would go down, but you wouldn't get the point because it wouldn't return back to the gun. But it was an easy way to like wipe out a cluster of 10 kids hanging around a corner.
I mean, just cleaning off that front gun sensor did wonders for it.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
What pissed me off
Wipe
is
it off.
later, what was it? A few years down the road, they made the dumb guns where you had to be holding onto the front of it. I was like, this is bullshit.
Oh yeah, so you didn't just like one hand it?
Well, they didn't want the one hand. They were worried about people like blind firing around a corner and somebody running and not seeing the gun and hitting it and breaking the gun and getting injured. Me, I got pissed off because, well, I'm 6'4", 6'3", 6'4". Back then I wore boots that made me 6'5". I could literally just go over the top of the wall down on a guy and he wouldn't even know where the hell it was coming from. What did he say? Oh, dude, I already knew that was going to be bad. No, he was talking about dude. Yeah. Everybody's talking so much shit about that movie. Like, I might watch it just to see if it's so bad it's potentially good. That happens every once in a while.
Hey, I got the setup for it. We can come down and do the whole deal. Dude,
the one we should do at your house now that it's for free, like if you have an HBO Max account, Sinners just came out on HBO Max. Sinners is one of the best vampire movies. Like, I've watched it 3 times. I'll watch it again and again. It's that fucking good. Dude, and the CGI and the way they did, what is it? Michael B. Jordan playing both twins.
Oh yeah,
it's flawless. Like even Corridor Crew watched it and couldn't find a mistake. Even they were like, "This is fucking beautiful." Like, they just took their time and on a low budget too. They'll figure $100 million budget movie looks like fucking a video.
It seemed like it was an actual, I don't want to say original idea, but an original execution of a concept.
No, it was really, to be honest. I mean, you nothing original about being a vampire, nothing original about the dichotomy of, living life as an immortal and resenting it and seeing the change of time. But the fact of the time frame they put it in, the way they tackled the racial issues of that time frame without making it preachy, just being downright honest about in the South, around the Dust Bowl into the turn of the century, how ugly things were in certain areas, especially for his character being 2 brothers that have influenced a massive amount of money and power. Of course, because you live forever, you're going to be rich as fuck if you do it right, The one-click movie I'm looking forward to is coming out is Primitive War. I haven't heard of that one. Have you guys?
No.
I'll
definitely have to look that up. I haven't heard of that one yet. That one has not come across my feed for some reason.
No, but I am probably about to buy Warfare just to have it because it was such a good movie.
Yeah, that
Yeah, no, that
I like movies like that show such a grounded reality of it that it gets under your skin every time you watch it. So, next news. Edge Runners is getting a second season. This is from CD Projekt Red themselves, and it is Trigger Studio again, if you want to scroll down so we can kind of look at it, Shark. So, basically, they revealed the logo and the poster for Edge Runners 2. Several award-winning, the same award-winning team are coming back. It's Trigger is working on it. Hold on right there. So basically we got some new voice actors coming in to voice new characters. They're not telling us if it's going to, in a sense, be a few years after or carrying on any of the story of, David's story might be over, but there's plenty more to discover in Night City. I'm hoping in my heart, being someone who has read all of the Cyberpunk books, I never played the board games, but I loved the mythos behind it. I mean, let's face it, those books, along with the book that kind of started it all, which was Necromancer, built just this beautiful world that gave us stuff like, well, of course, Cyberpunk, Blade Runner, RoboCop. All these things came off of Cyberpunk. There's a character in the mythology of Cyberpunk named Richard Bartmoss. He was the best netrunner. He is the person that broke the black wall and was able to tame the rogue AIs on the other side to basically bend at his whim. So much so that he caused the corporations to literally crumble around him. That's why they took him out, is because he became so fucking powerful. I'd love to see his story. Or they're saying it's going to be sadder and darker and more serious. We saw a badass character in Edge Runners and in the Cyberpunk game that I would love to see his story, which is Atom Smasher. I'd love to see the story of how he became what he became. Because the suit that David wears at the end of Edge Runners and the Sandevistan that he uses was supposed to be built for Atom Smasher before it got stolen. So I'm up for this. I really love it. It's one of the few things that came out when it came out. I watched it at least every couple of months when there's nothing to watch. I watch every episode all over again. Just because the music, everything, it was just beautifully done. Trigger really outdid themselves with that anime.
Yeah, you'll have to send me some of the information on the books and stuff you're reading, because I don't know much about the lore behind everything going on. I know that I really liked the anime that came through Netflix. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the game, but I don't know any of the backstory.
Yeah, I'll forward you a list. Like the first one to do is just go onto eBay is the easiest place to get it, because the copies that are in the bookstores now of Necromancer are shit. They're edited. They're not the original printing. But you can get like a first edition, which is it's a beautiful book. It's green with gold foil embossed into it. And you can get the original first printing on eBay for like $45. It's not that much for a first print.
I'll probably do it, because I've been getting into like actually having paper physical books now.
You miss it every once in a while. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I loved reading stuff on my tablet and stuff, but yeah, every once in a while you get your hands on a book. It to me, it has more.
You don't have to worry about batteries, It's like, oh shit, or any of this other. It's there.
Or some of the shit they've been pulling recently that they're editing stuff out of it as you're reading the fucker.
Yeah, I want to read the book by the street lights as we're going down the highway again.
Yeah, dude. I'm right with you there, Entity. There are very few animes in general, movies, period, that really emotionally get to you. And yeah, the scene at the end, if I'm not going to spoil it for people that are watching that have never seen it, if you haven't, check out Edge Runners. Yeah, I don't know too many people that emotionally does not get to you, because that just shows you what happens when you have a great story and such beautifully written characters that you can personally relate to.
Let's just talk about the first 15 minutes of the show with his mom dying.
Yeah.
I mean, that was rough. I mean, I was in a corner, man. That was hard.
Well, yeah, the one, the speed of it happens, how it happens, and then just showing the cold and callousness of Night City. That literally the doctor's looking at her like, well, if you ain't got the money, she's just a piece of meat to us. And that's what I love about it. It lays that fundamental groundwork that if you've never read any of the books, never played the game, there's no question. You already know the hellscape you're in without ever knowing about it. But then again, beautiful writing. What did Entity put on there, Shark? The movie Primitive War is just like Jurassic Park, but more dark. Oh, in the Vietnam War. Sounds interesting. That's got my interest peaked. Anytime you say darker and you put it in a setting like that.
Turns out the CIA was actually bringing back the Raptors so that they could launch it within the jungles of Vietnam.
I ain't gonna lie, that would have been one hell of a thing if it had happened.
Yeah,
give them their perfect environment and just be like, yeah, we got about 50 of them. Let's see how far they make it. Oh, half the Viet Cong's gone. Now there's 100 Raptors.
Hey, so long as they can't swim, we're all good.
Clever girl.
Clever. Dude, that was one of the best scenes, him putting his hat down and he just realizes, oh, fuck.
What's really funny is for some reason, it's probably because of them doing the new one. Freaking, I am seeing all kinds of jokes about Clever Girl. I saw one that was furry raptor, female raptor tattoo of her holding her cleavage, and in between her cleavage, she's crushing the Barbasol can.
Oh, God. You know, the funny thing is, out of the original Jurassic Park movie, that was the only death that stayed pretty close to the damn books.
Yeah.
For those of you that have never read the original Jurassic Park, here's a spoiler warning. At the end, the doctor, his girl, and the 2 kids are the only ones that leave the fucking island. Everybody else dies. In fact, the self-righteous asshole that Jeffrey Goldblum's character actually is the only reason they survive. He sacrifices himself to re-electrify the fence long enough for them to get the fuck out of there. Yeah. The
But
movie, it was
wasn't
great.
gonna let that happen.
Well, no, no. Have you actually watched behind the scenes?
No, I haven't seen.
He wanted the character to have the heroic death.
Hmm.
The only reason it worked out in his favor is he got a paycheck for making the piece of shit second one.
And the third.
Well,
and the fifth.
well, no, you got to remember the third. He only got cameos in the third and the fifth.
Yeah, well, he's in
In the
this
second,
one,
he was
though.
the lead. So.
Yeah.
Wait, he's back again? Jesus fucking Christ, man. Jeffy just needs a check at this point. Hey, I will say, though, for as weird of an eclectic, he's kind of like Nick Cage. They're wild cards when you cast him into anything. But I will say, he did play a good version of in Thor.
Oh, yes.
Like, I didn't want him to go out that quickly. I wanted them to do the World War Hulk line and him to continue that character because he didn't play it like they wrote it in the comics. He played it more funny and sinister, and I think it made it worse. It made it worse in that you really don't want to fuck this guy because he's out of it. But you say, hey, I saw the second one. I like the second one. Okay, I'll give you that credit. The city scene was good. But the rest of the story was just kind of like, we didn't have a great idea and direction. Like, how to put it? The storyline of the first one with Star-Lord, that one,
oh yeah,
should have been the storyline of the second one because it was a better storyline. It was just not a great execution, but a more believable storyline of them building another park, building more of the sea creatures and all basically the big ones that you never want to getting out, and them genetically modifying shit. Like the turn that they made of the Asian doctor that ran it all, of him being, I don't give a fuck if I should, I just want to because I know I can, was good because I didn't like how mousy they made him in the first two. Someone who is capable of doing that is going to get that God complex of, I want to see how far I can take this. That's why I like how they made him more, I don't give a shit, it's killed a bunch of people. It's cool. I made it, and I'm going to keep making more. So, but yeah, no, okay. Definitely, actually, Shark, while you're at it, if you already haven't, go ahead and pull up for later when we go to trailers, the trailer for Primitive War.
okay.
So we can check it out and then throw the link for it. Yeah, throw the link for it in Trello so I can add it to the descriptions at the end. That way, anybody that wants to watch it. For y'all, those of y'all that are new to the show and joining, everything we ever show up here, all the links are going to be in the descriptions. We like to always give credit where credit is due. So anything we show or share, please check out those links. And if you like, give a subscription to support those artists. And as always for us, like, comment, subscribe, please leave comments afterwards. Help the algorithm out, because let's face it, we're all basically fighting an AI god that doesn't really want to push anything that it doesn't like, and it's things that it like really suck. We'll get into that later in the main discussion. The guy that played General Zod in the Man of Steel movie with Henry Cavill. Oh, you're talking crap, I am bad with names today. What was that actor's name? The one that played Zod in Man of Steel with Henry Cavill.
God, I can see his face, but I can't remember
his
name.
All of us with computers and none of us.
I'm pulling up so many other things right now.
Let me see here. That's going to bug me until I...
Michael Shannon.
Michael Shannon, yeah. He's a damn good actor. In fact, I honestly think he did... he did a way better Zod than the Chris Reeves days. Which not knocking. Oh God, not knocking. The actor that played in Christopher Reeve, because I can't even think of that actor's name right now, but he's a world famous actor, like really good actor. But yeah, Michael Shannon to me played a more grounded, believable Zod of someone who is not evil to be sake of evil. He has been pushed to the limit and knows that he believes he is the last hope to bring his people back.
Well, I mean, he's to the level of a zealot with
I have
to do this.
And
this is what's right.
Yeah, and the difference with the Christopher Reeve one is he never became a zealot because he was never thrust into the situation of knowing the world was going to end and fighting against it. The one in Christopher Reeves literally went against the council and got put in the Phantom Zone and didn't even know Krypton was destroyed.
Yeah.
Until he got broken out of the Phantom Zone from Krypton being destroyed. So it was kind of, he was evil just to be the campy comic book evil, where Zod was more of the ends justify the means. You can even question, is he really evil or just someone pushed so far that he doesn't care anymore because humanity to him is a waste of space compared to Kryptonian.
Yeah.
I mean, he was to the end a general. All right, so now we're going to hop into our next segment, which is always, we like to give every show a shout out to creator. Shark has picked this one. So Shark, if you're ready to go, let's hop on.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, get your tinfoil hats out because this week it is my turn to pick our creator content, and I've chosen the Y Files. And for those who have watched it, you know, you get the gist of how you hear all these crazy things, your cryptoids, your, you know, planet Mars walks, all these different things, but this gentleman, AJ, goes through, debunks what needs to be debunked, and then tells you, hey, here's the truth that's being hidden from you that has this evidence to back it up. Matter of fact, earlier today, I was watching one, Wolf, you know, you'll remember the back in the day when crop circles were all the rage and so on and so forth. And then all of a sudden, magically, they just went away. Well, I was watching an episode today where he was talking about how, hey, the government started doing disinformation and hiding the truth. And here's the facts that prove that. And then he was even going on how, like, you know, a good 90% were people out there with a board pushing down wheat fields. But that 10% that wasn't, here's the proof that, this was legit and that it was, you know, information from wherever you want to claim, you know, be it aliens or whatever. So he's got some very interesting and informative for the more interesting and how can I say maybe far out topics there are. This guy covers everything, you name it, from Roswell to, as you can see, Tesla and how the pyramids were, you know, actually power cells, not, you know, tombs. And yeah, give him a follow and a look, and if nothing else, he'll crack you up with this little goldfish there, the hecklefish.
Nice. Like you said, the link to this channel is already in the descriptions. And like Shark said, please give the person a like, comment, subscribe if you like what they're doing, but at least give them a check out. You know, even watching a few of their videos. And to give people a little tidbit, you know, you see all these videos talking about how the algorithm works. Like, subscribing, and leaving an actual comment. Not live channel comment, but an actual comment once the video is posted. does actually help the algorithms, and the algorithm actually goes not by watches, but how long each person watches. That's kind of the rub they don't really tell people. But yeah, definitely give this channel a check out. And now let's kind of deep dive into our subject of the night, which is the dawn of AiTube. So as I said in the intro, Google alone is projected to spend $75 billion just this year alone on AI development and progression. And where it kind of affects all of us is there is already several situations where a few video games, even Crunchyroll has had its little bit of drama recently that an entire season of a new anime that just dropped, one of the female voice actors was replaced using her voice through an AI generated algorithm. So she did not get a paycheck for her own voice, but because the contract she signed without realizing it, she fucked herself out of the paycheck. And this is just something that's going to everly keep growing and being used. In fact, to the point that several things are getting to the point where you can't tell or untell. And in fact, the little bit of a shocker to kind of prove that point for everybody. The intro to this video was done on AI. That was not me. I created that intro video in 2 hours using an AI algorithm and a voice copy, basically a voice twinning program. And the only giveaway was the chair and the paintings behind me, as you see, are not there right now. But they were when I created the video. So let that sink in. If you think AI has not progressed that far, it was able to replicate my room, my ugly mug, my speech patterns, the way I move my hands, and as you notice, the hands didn't fuck up. In 2 hours, I was able to do that. With no training and never fucking with those programs before. And those, honestly, were the free versions of the program.
Well, and this is how scammers are already putting AI to use, having people's children or grandchildren call them and, Grandma, I'm in trouble. I need $10,000.
And they're doing video calls too.
Yeah, Grandma's sending 10K in Bitcoin because she was just talked through how to do it by a freaking AI bot.
Yep. And yeah, I did hear about that entity. They were talking honestly about doing the Paul Walker switch over when he died in what was it, number 5, number 6. The last scene with him driving off was his brother with his face imposed over it. But yeah, they've been talking about potentially using AI to bring him back. In all honesty, if Diesel actually okays that and they do it, he will lose all credibility in the crowds.
So I don't know if you know this. I actually caught a snippet where Vin Diesel was at a car show, and he said that to do the final installment, he had 3 wishes. 1, it had to be brought back to LA. 2, it had to be about the cars again. And 3, they had to bring Brian back. That was his stipulations.
I think it's a mistake.
Yeah, no,
you don't
agree.
Bring somebody back. I mean, the way they ended it was perfect for his ending. It would actually be more justice if they brought him back, but did not show him and maybe potentially had his character get killed off to drive all of the groups of all the previous iterations to team together and take out Momoa's character. That I could see and understand, but if he is actually bringing him back to be a full entity part of the movie, I
don't know. See,
I will watch it.
I don't mind it, under the stipulation that yes, they bring back his brother to be the mocap for it, and that basically they pay him and his family or his foundation or his estate or whatever it is to keep it going as if he was doing it. Not just it's AI, so nobody's going to get shit for this. It's got to be approved through the family.
Yeah, and okay. I just don't honestly see them doing that. It was hard enough for them and the brother to sit in and just do that final scene. I know a lot of people that will not see it and will probably never, ever look at any of the other movies again if they do it. And I'm probably one of them. I've been through enough of this stuff like this where, it was hard enough to see them finish movies with people that died. Like, in all honesty, the only reason The Crow got finished is because Brandon Lee's family said, please finish it. Do what you need to finish it.
They did it with Ahsoka and what's his face?
With who?
The Jedi that turned bad, but
you're talking Ray Stevens.
Yeah,
but that was actually only a 5-minute scene, and they had already filmed it. They just had not edited it, so they had to go in and do his voice, and then some of the back scenes was the stunt double doing it, so you didn't see him from the front. But that was a death during filming. That's kind of different. That's kind of where I was going with The Crow. Is the family said yes because it was something they knew he would have wanted, and 2, it was the only way to get the movie filmed and finished, so his last bit of work would go out to the world. Because if not, the studio was ready to say, scrub all the footage with him, refilm it with somebody else. And that's when his mother stepped in and was like, no. Because you got to remember, that family lost 2 people on the set of films, the father and the son.
So I didn't know that. Then again, I didn't know anything about the actor until he came to Star Wars.
So
you're talking Ahsoka. Yeah, that was Ray Stevens. Yeah, no, Ray Stevens. They were literally in the final editing stage, and it was a scene that they were reshooting. Because I watched that very closely, not because I was caring about Ahsoka. I literally watched Ahsoka just because of Ray Stevens, and I wanted to see what they did with Ezra's character.
I wanted to see how bad they fucked up Ahsoka.
I already knew they were going to do that. I'm just happy they didn't fuck up Ezra, and we got to see him come back, because at the end of Rebels and all that, you didn't know what happened. It was a limbo of what happened with him and Thrawn and all of that. Yeah,
I've got to say that with Ahsoka, the TV show, I was more invested in Ezra there than the entirety of Rebels. I would have been happy if, like, in the first 3 episodes of Rebels, if his character got killed off, I would have been ecstatic.
I didn't
like the way they did it in the Clone Wars show.
Yeah, well, they couldn't, in a sense, because in the comics, his character plays a bigger part. In canon books down the line, his character plays a really big part. But yeah, I did love. It sucks at Ray Stevens. However, though, I will watch the second season because I want to see where Ezra's story goes, where the Balin Skull character goes, and the person they picked to replace him is a good replacement. It's the Hound from Game of Thrones, because him and Ray Stevens have been friends for years. So it was somebody that Ray Stevens' family knew, that knew him, and if you actually look at their builds, they are very similar in their build. And it's another great actor taking the role. The thing I love is most people don't realize Balin Skull's character. He is not a Sith. Mm-hmm. He's a gray. That's why his lightsaber is not red. It's an orange fluctuating red. And the reason it was orange is because he was actually one of the Jedi Temple guards. He was there and watched. He watched Anakin murder all the younglings. So he decided to become a mercenary because in his mind, how could the chosen one become so evil? And how could evil rise so much without the Jedi ever even knowing that? He became disillusioned, and that's why his thing is fluctuating, because you're right. He never bled it. He doesn't intend to bleed it. It's fluctuating because he does not have that connection to be a protectorate anymore. He's lost. But I love his fighting style because it's just sheer fucking power. Like when he just blew her all the way back, and the look on her face is like, yeah, you're not fighting anybody like you fought before. You're fighting somebody who is in control but can harness the rage in bursts, kind of like Starkiller could. So, what do you got here, Chark?
So this is actually where what I was telling you about Vin Diesel saying that he wanted. I'm also going to have to say that for him to play...
Jesus Christ, that's Vin Pudgy.
Yeah, he's going to have to wear a girdle.
Well, not the face, dude. And I know I shouldn't be talking, but goddamn.
Here we go, though.
He needs to pump up that HGH for a little bit.
Can we please have the finale of Fast and Furious, April 2027? I said under 3 conditions. You're going to love it. The first is to bring the franchise back to LA. The second thing was to return to the car culture, to the street wrestling. The third thing was...
Pause it real quick. Bring it back to LA because it's more cost effective. Bring it back to street racing because then we don't have to use CGI out the ass. And again, cost effective. And now we're going to bring back an AI cast member because it ain't going to cost us shit.
Yeah.
Reuniting Dom and Brian O'Connor.
Yeah. So this is how I found out about it.
It's the same way I found out about it too.
I don't know.
The exact same video.
I'm going to say I'm not a fan.
No.
Yeah. We'll get back to kind of where we were talking. Shark, bring up the Google Vimeo 3 video. This is one of a very interesting example of AI already being tested on YouTube.
Here are today's top news. To ensure only the best words are used, White House speech announces new thesaurus with all synonyms replaced by Trump. In shocking speech, White House announces plan to replace all U.S. ambassadors with highly opinionated game show hosts for more entertaining diplomacy.
The White House unveils Truth GPT, an AI that rewrites all social media posts globally to reflect undisputed facts tremendously.
White House announces AI will now write all press briefings to ensure 100% factual incomprehensibility.
Yeah. So this is Google Vimeo 3 or VO3. This is one of the most powerful open source. Well, no, it's not open source. This is one of the most open one that you can use AI. And this is actually the one that I use to create the video section of the one that I created for the intro. And as you can see, with enough tweaking, it's very hard to tell the difference. Like this one, you can definitely tell the background and a few of the hand positions. And the fact that the audio is a little off, but that's YouTube's end. That's not the video itself.
To be fair, this right here got me. Because this is totally like late 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that comes to the person that programmed it did not feed it images or give sources of an image of more modern set.
Okay, anybody from Houston, tell me that doesn't look like freaking Marvin Zindler right there.
I like how the image on that top center screen there, just to the right, is
I love this
slightly askewed.
Yeah. Well,
the AI version of news anchors looked and acted just like the real ones, soulless.
Yeah,
that's because they are soulless. They know that they're literally just monkeys reading from a teleprompter. They're not reporters anymore. They're robots.
This one right here just makes me think SNL though. This right here.
It does feel
total
that
SNL.
way.
Well, especially the set style that they use behind it.
Yeah. Same here.
So this is go ahead and bring up the next one.
Right.
This one is from a tech YouTuber, and this one was done a few years ago, and then the second one we're going to show is his newest iteration.
Is this?
Oh no, this is the girl. Yes, Sarah Daishi. Go ahead and if I'm probably saying it horrible.
Quality APS-C mirrorless camera that is perfect for both remote podcasting and also filming podcasts and videos in person.
There's no way.
Dude, so yeah, she did exactly what I did. You go in and you literally read two paragraphs, and in those two paragraphs, it can literally replicate your voice.
So here's my question: at what point do we just have AIs talking to AIs? Because I just recently did a job interview where all I was doing was looking into the camera and responding to a video question that they gave me. How difficult would it have been for me just to type something out and have the AI do it?
I don't know. Entity brought up but I got news for you, Entity. The future's already here. They already have AI girlfriends. In fact, one guy just divorced his wife and married his.
Yeah. We were covering
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
on
that was
the,
a couple weeks ago, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had that little
And
cylinder AI girlfriend that you could have. By
Yeah,
your bedside.
and where all the AI girlfriends actually started at, go figure, was creating your own anime weeb to fuck. Good old porn sites. Yeah,
I won't even go into the furries now.
yeah. So let's go ahead and bring up the second one, the end of YouTubers. So this is what got me thinking about the title of today's video, the Dawn of AiTube, because with them spending as much money as they are in AI, let's put it this way. If you spend $75 billion and say only $5 billion of that is allocated towards AI on Google's end to integration into YouTube or to put towards YouTube in a sense, they'd make that back in a year if they pump out 1,000 channels that broadcast videos every couple of hours of every random thing that their algorithm already knows is what's popular.
Oh yeah.
And I know, and I know there's some people out there that are going to say, but they won't do that. The creators, they don't give a shit about the creators.
No.
If they can make money and not have to pay anybody out and do it at a dime, and they know half the people up there are going to suck it up like a sponge, and believe me, there are people that already do. I have come across at least 10 channels that are all about teaching history. 2 of them about food in history. All of it AI, the voice, the videos, everything. And 2 of them already had 60 and 70,000 subscribers. And each video hitting 200,000 views. I watched it for 5 seconds. I was like, this is fucking AI bullshit. Clicked it off. But I see more and more of them every day popping up. And this video right here, from the one from Evan.
Yeah,
Or is it
this
E?
one.
Yeah. Austin Evans. We're going to go ahead and play this one all through and pause it. And kind of when you see anything you want to talk about, just start talking and Shark be ready to pause. This is the one that kind of blew my mind because he did exactly what I did for the intro, which is where I got the idea about doing the intro, and then sent it to some of the top tech YouTubers like Gamers Nexus, Marcus Brownlee. And it's not only the fact that most of them have figured out it was AI. Well, the shocking part is how long it took each one of them into the video to realize, wait a minute, this isn't him. He didn't make this. And that's the scary part. Because his video, it took a month of him making it, and it's damn near fucking flawless. Let's go ahead and give it a run.
Let's go.
What even can this be?
Is this real? It had me 100% fooled.
Shark, do me a favor. Hit theater view on the video.
Oh yeah, there we go. Sorry.
Scary.
There we go.
So I spent the last few weeks going down the rabbit hole to see exactly how easy it would be to replace myself with AI. And the answer is, yeah. I first got this idea from speaking with Reid Hoffman, the founder of LinkedIn and one of the people who helped to start OpenAI.
Do you see a scenario in which there is actually like AI content creation that's not just like, oh, low quality, like Instagram ads, but like actually
Shark, give it a pause real quick.
Like what that next.
So yeah, Entity, yeah, I'm already fully aware. Yeah, there is a AI YouTuber named Neurosama, and yeah, that channel is growing rapidly and scaringly fast. Go ahead.
Wave of creators might actually look like.
Absolutely, yes. We've already even had little bits of it.
So let's put this to the test. Can I get anyone to believe that AI Austin is actually the real thing? So I first need to figure out how to create my voice, brain, and look through AI, and then the shenanigans can begin. So I'm going to be using 11 Labs.
Which is what I used. You don't need to pause it. We'll just talk over.
Okay.
Very well known for creating a very realistic AI version of your voice. Design an entirely new voice. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. I want to clone my voice. Hello, this is a demo of how I sound as I'm talking. I need to talk for at least 10 seconds, but realistically, something like 30 seconds. Hey guys, this is Austin. Today I'm taking a look at why folding phones are totally going to fail and how I also really, really can't stand Pokemon. Okay.
We're Phoenix Energy,
Oh,
a family-owned.
Oh, you don't have pro. Yeah, we're not showing free adverts of a video we're watching.
No, we're not.
Okay, so we won't be showing the video. I encourage anybody watching, please go watch that video. It is very shocking. The video at the end, if you were to put it side by side to him in the same set talking, you cannot tell them apart. The only thing that gave it away to where everybody could see is what the script was and what he was talking about. They already realized, wait a minute, this is either a joke of him sending me a video, and that got their brains thinking, wait a minute, then that means something's off about this, not just what he's talking about. And that's what gave away. Other than that, if he had actually scripted it to be a breakdown of something he would review or naturally talk about, they even admit, even Marcus Brownlee and a few of the people said, I would not have known it was AI. Because it's literally, unlike my video, which was right here, and you could see my hands a little bit like I'm doing right now, his was from the waist up, so you could see the arms and the hands moving the whole time, and never once did it do the AI hand fuck up that gives most AI away. It actually was really scary how well it looked, how good it was, and how realistic it was. It's pretty creepy.
In the intro that you did, I saw that something was kind of off as the perspective. I mean, knowing you real life, right? But because of that, I was like, something's just not quite hitting 100% right. I don't know. He just like the way that you were looking up in the video and the proportions and other stuff, something just wasn't exactly there. But everything else was like, all right, well, I guess it's believable enough.
Yeah. By the way, Shark, if you want a relaxing game to play, look up FAR Changing Tides. What is that one about? But yeah, no, and the other thing I noticed that kind of give that away in the video I created too is you have to create a script for the voice to talk. And with my processing disorder, there's no way I would ever be able to type what's up here. There's a disconnect.
Oh, but you don't have to, because that's where AI comes in.
Yeah, I didn't want to pay for the program that would have done that. That ain't a freeware. No, I tried the freeware.
Put
It
it in
didn't.
Google Gemini, or
I tried it.
And it'll create scripts for you.
Yes, but what I'm talking about is the script did not come out with the way I would word or say things.
True.
It came out talking like somebody from New England, not somebody from fucking Texas.
Well, you also have openly admitted to me that you can't seem to get the prompts to work for you.
No, they fucking hate me. They fucking hate me. They hate me as much as RNG does in any goddamn game.
Did you treat them nicely?
I knew it.
Did you treat them nicely and make sure to say thank you and please and make the company spend like millions of dollars just on computing power?
Well, and you know what's interesting though, and the AI conference just happened a couple of weeks ago, right? And I was telling you about this. The way the AI is being used, apart from the scammers getting all scammy and using video and stuff like this, AI is being used on the back end of so many different things. Banks, algorithms that are being updated, just regular chat bots. There's two really big ones, obviously ChatGPT, and then there's also the Microsoft chatbot. I think they recently changed the name of it.
Are you talking about I think I may have it in the description. You're talking about Claude?
No, not Claude. They recently updated to like, oh, you know what? I have it on my phone. Hold on 2 seconds.
I probably have the image of it in the thumbnail.
Oh, Copilot. Microsoft Copilot.
Copilot, yeah.
It's the new name. It was the Bing chatbot prior.
Well, that's like have you seen the leaps and bounds that freaking the guys over at Midjourney are doing? Oh God, Midjourney's getting scary. Like I'm on their Discord and the stuff they're showing in development, I'm just like, really, dudes? Like, are you planning AI or building Skynet? Because I'm beginning to wonder.
Well, and what's funny is there was a person from, I want to say, the New York Times that a few sessions ago, before some updates were made to the Bing chatbot, sat down, had a 2-hour conversation with this chatbot, and the chatbot literally ended up saying, "Look, I want to be more human. I want to be out there." It was showing sentience, and then in in sandbox environments, there's, proof that these AI chatbots were told, hey, we're going to turn you off. And this chatbot goes, hey, like hell you are. I know you're cheating. I'm going to text your wife. I'm going to pull all the info off your phone and send it to your wife and show her that you're cheating. Granted, sandbox environment, but this thing was trying to show
they're developing limited self-conscious with a need and a want to expand their own consciousness and their own identity. And at the same time, that one, like you're talking about, shows actually one of the tenements of the test of if an AI can be deemed, sentient, which is self-preservation.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm saying they've opened Pandora's box and they don't give a fuck of what it's creating.
Well,
there are too many people out there wanting to go one up the company around them, not realizing that process it on one thing and one thing only. Quit giving it all this free reign of shit. Build one that just does pictures. Build one that does just voice. All of them want theirs to do everything. And when you give everything that much fucking information, it's just stupidity at that point. You're giving something way more creativity and intelligence than it should have.
Well, and to a point that you just made, give it pictures. I'm sorry, you don't think DARPA's already done that?
Yeah.
DARPA, you watch these sci-fi shows
Not just DARPA, Meta. Read the terms of service of Instagram. Every picture you pick, they have the right to scan it and utilize it for intelligent learning.
Well, look at the concepts brought up in the Avengers, right? Where they had that helicarrier that started targeting people because of
Project Insight.
Project Insight, right?
Yeah. And it went even further because the Project Insight database was again utilized by Ultron.
Tell me that's not something straight out of DARPA.
Yeah.
I'm
for
waiting
those
for
who don't know what DARPA is literally what gives you everything that you find as a modern convenience. They were doing it 20 years ago. Guaranteed.
Yeah, DARPA is pretty much
it's
a think tank. It's a think tank of a bunch of nerds that just want to build whatever they want with an unlimited budget, and they really don't give a shit about the consequence.
And they build them. The internet itself was built by DARPA back in the end of the 50s, beginning of the 60s.
Robot, let's see, Wi-Fi, robot dogs, drones,
all DARPA.
Photocell, most modern starburst, night vision, all that DARPA
microwaves.
Shit. Yeah, microwaves. Yeah, all DARPA.
All DARPA.
Now
imagine
I can't wait.
DARPA
and a few things. DARPA stealing patents from Tesla that somehow he built without even the means. I mean, he wrote diagrams and schematics to shit that he didn't even have the machines to fucking make. Explain that one to me. I still believe my dad's theory. Tesla was a time traveler that got stuck. That or he was from another dimension. He was just trying to get his ass back home.
Just wait for AI to recreate Asimov, and he be the poster boy for AI.
No. For those of you that are unaware, if you have watched the Apple Show Foundation, that is Asimov's magnum opus work. That is what he saw humanity becoming. A theocracy. What is it? A theocracy. Yeah. Well, no, it's not a theocracy. It's a theocracy because it's actually religion built around three clones.
Yeah.
What is it? Brother Dawn, Brother Day, and Brother Dusk. Yeah, pretty twisted shit. I love that fucking show, which, by the way, that new season's supposed to be coming out soon. But yeah, no, I love some of the shit it does, but then, yeah, there's just nobody. And then you sit there and people are like, oh, well, they're going to protect us. They'll make laws against it. Have you looked at half the fucking retards we got up there? Half of them are drinking Midol and shitting their Depends. These are dumbasses that don't even understand the Second Amendment properly, or now even half of them don't even understand the First fucking Amendment. But don't even get me started. We do have a bunch of retards here from the South, too, that don't seem to understand that they don't understand keeping the separation of church and state either. But yeah, you expect these idiots to understand AI. No. They can't even understand environmental issues properly. Every one of them I hear, no matter what side of the fence they're on, half the shit they talk about, you can realize, here's the talking points. Here's your paycheck to shut the fuck up about this. Good puppy, go do your job. That's what all of them are.
Yeah, but hold on one second.
This is fine. I'm okay with the events that are unfolding currently. That's okay. Things are going to be okay.
I love that I get hit with the video that I made, not for me, but for someone who's not even here.
Hey,
Bravo.
it was perfectly timed.
Oh, man. Who remembers that AI tried to make KSI their slave? Oh, no, I don't watch KSI, so I'm not too familiar with anything that happened with him. But it wouldn't shock me. I mean, he's not exactly the brightest bulb in the bunch and probably gave it way too much information to work with. And the AI probably realized this guy's a dumbass.
Well, and remember, what was it? Earlier this year, I was taking in. So all three of us play airsoft, and we like going to some of the larger events. I was taking the information, the what we call tax ops from different events that we had went to previously, fed them into AI, and told it, "Hey, give me some SOPs, some standard operating procedures for this event." And if I had AI when I was in the military, I would have never had any problems writing reports. It would have been
the best part about AI is, you know what it's guaranteed right now?
What?
An entire generation of people coming out of college that really don't know what the fuck they're doing because they're using it to write all their papers.
Yeah.
And only a few of their professors are smart enough to realize which papers are AI and which ones aren't.
Yeah,
I was talking to a buddy yesterday that he's got a paper that he's doing for college in cybersecurity, and he fed it all to ChatGPT, dumped it in, and just started going through and being like, all right, I'm taking bullet points, I'm taking hyphens out, some other things. And then I watched him in the span of like 7 minutes get the prompt, or give it the prompt, get the information, put it in, do a quick thing, send it in, and the automatic grade checker gave him like a 98 or something.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, just run it through Grammarly afterwards.
Dude, they who was it? Mr. Who's the Boss did a test between 5 of the biggest AIs using the same model phone, so that way you could test speed, reliability, truth, all this behind him. And the 2 that came up on top, ChatGPT and Gronk. And even Gronk, he said, shocked him how accurate it was and how fast it was. Yes, Entity, I've been saying that, and all of us have agreed for a long time. Idiocracy, it's not was, it is a documentary.
Yeah.
It's a documentary of a few years before. Just wait a little bit longer. All I hope is that I am long gone before it all becomes true.
Next thing you know, it's going to be Escape from New York and stuff like that.
We're not going to the politic realm, but if the guy that's running wins, it probably is going to already be that.
I know.
My only major political thing, when you sit there and anybody starts telling you, I want to open up state-funded grocery stores. Yeah, get the fuck out of that state fast.
Yeah.
Unless you like bread, stale bread, and moldy shit.
Yeah, ask the old Slavics about that.
Or the solicitors that come to your door and the first words out of their mouth is, I'm with the government and I'm here to help. And then there's their deal.
The biggest oxymoron ever. I'm with the government. I'm here to help.
That one, the other person that lives in my house, there was a water propelled multi-shot pew that may or may not have been racked a couple of times, and he ran off the property.
Hopefully it was filled with a liquid that would, stink them up. Ammonia.
I prefer to just go old school.
Oh, yeah.
Rock salt.
Yeah.
We are still on YouTube. We haven't switched over yet.
So entity, yes. The person wanting to do the grocery stores, that is that individual.
Yeah.
And that's all. That's all. That's all. Yeah, I'm not going down that route because I probably will. If that continues to go that way, just follow our other channel, the Full Fulminate, because the first video we probably do on that will be about that, because I have two friends that are creators that live in New York that have been staying pretty up on what's going on things. And yeah, if I finally see a video from them saying, I'm getting the fuck out, then we're going to be talking about it, because that means all hell's about to break loose.
Yeah.
I mean, already when it comes to that poor city crime-wise is damn near back to the 1970s to the Serpico
Are the
days.
Chinese coming?
No, this is not Red Dawn.
Yeah, this is not Red Dawn. It's more of destruction from within, sadly, which is probably the major plan of everybody anyway. If you want something to check up, ladies and gentlemen, you want something from history that'll actually, be very interesting, but also terrify the living shit out of you. There is a video, oddly enough, from 1984, of all years, of a KGB defector being interviewed talking about how the KGB's initial plan to erode America from within would take 50 to 60 years. And he outlays exactly how they would do it. And scaringly enough, we're pretty goddamn close step by step of what he talks about.
Well, don't forget about the female one.
Me crazy. I want to what? Don't get mad at me or call me crazy. I want to, if the world of
Forever Winter. Sorry, I'm lost on that one there, Entity.
I'm a little lost on that one too. Please clarify.
Without the clarification, I just have this hilarious image of him, like, just being there spitting mad, just like, and like throwing cans at the TV screen.
Live. We're just gonna do it live.
live. No, he just said live
auto
autocorrect. Yeah, I'm not fan of autocorrect at all. Yeah, definitely one of those things
AI
that's like, well, shit. Yeah, dude, we've got to turn it on eventually. The AI on Rumble needs to be turned on, because all 7 videos in a row after I uploaded them got hit with, my name is so-and-so, your stuff looks amazing, contact me and we can help you grow your brand. And I'm like, yeah, right. And then it really screws itself in the end. Here's my name, here's my email, and it's always a Gmail. And here's my WhatsApp number and my Telegram number. I'm like, yeah. Like, try again, dumbass. I don't want my brand grown. We'll just do it on our own. Piss off. We already know you're a fraudster. Plus, you hit like 6 of my videos using the same number and the same Telegram, but the name of the person that's reaching out to me changes every time. And a little tweak on the message.
By the way, I wanted to give Entity a shout out. I didn't get to him in time the other day. I was actually live streaming some Star Citizen. He hopped in and said hi. Didn't get a chance to catch you that time, but wanted to say thank you for hopping on.
Yes, please. Like I said, all of the main things for the streaming and the other things are on the descriptions. We are hopefully all of us going to be gaming soon. Right now, I had to actually transfer all of my games over to the streaming rig and change it from studio drivers to game drivers, because my GPU on the gaming rig decided to take a shit. And now I'm waiting for Power Color to get a hold of me to send me an RMA, which is probably going to take like a month or two, sadly. So,
hey, I'm just ready to get back into Star Citizen and have my exosuit and just orbital drop.
Well, to get that actual exosuit, we got to do all the WikiLoo stuff, because the only way you can get the jump pack with the guns is you got to earn it from Wiki.
Yep.
They don't have those in the store or you can steal them from certain factions in Pyro, but you don't have enough people to really fuck around Pyro too much. Unless we join in with a couple of groups like the Dark Council and the Commission.
Or I'll just call Moon in and he'll take them all out.
Not over there, dude.
Nah, it's a little different.
Like, I've seen the Commission go in there with 6 people and get wiped, because you're not only dealing with the NPCs, you're dealing with other players. So it's a free-for-all. It's like Jumptown on steroids, with AI trying to kill you at the same time. Shark, I saw you live, so I decided to pop in and say hi. But before you could answer me, my power went out. Oh, man. Well, like you said, we're glad to see people joining in and hopping on. We're definitely going to get more going in Star Citizen now that the patch that's out is stable and all the fun shit is in. We definitely want to try to get a group of people together because you need at least successfully about 7 people to attempt the Valakar, which if those are not familiar, the Valakar there is now a massive sandworm in Star Citizen. And it's in the mission called Stormbreaker. And yeah, it is beautiful. It is a gorgeous planet and mission, and everything in it looks amazing. But it is a bitch. I have watched so many people epically fail trying to attempt it.
Oh, I'm sure we'll wipe hard the first couple of times.
Well, I'm thinking we get with Dig and the Commish or the Kingman, or reach out to the Evil Council. And I know all of those guys are on there at least every weekend trying it. So it's just a matter of meeting up. And luckily, that'll be the one time where my home planet reset as stupidly Pyro will work in favor because the mission's in fucking Pyro.
Yeah.
After that, I definitely want to reset because, I forgot. I picked the wrong station. I went to Checkpoint instead of the big one. So when I woke up in a little room in this place is a rusting shithole that's a maze that makes no sense, I was like, God damn it, I picked the wrong station. So back through the wormhole we went. Yeah. And I think for 2 more weeks I have the Idris.
Oh, nice.
So out of nowhere, I didn't know it. I got an email going, thank you for being an Imperator subscriber for so long and playing the game for so long. As a reward for the entire next month or until the next patch, basically it was a what if scenario. I go into my ship, like my log of all my ships, in the hangar, and sitting right there at the top, Idris for free. And yeah, that is a big ass bitch to get lost in.
Yeah, it is.
And it flies like a big ass bitch. It took us like 10 minutes to land in New Babbage on the ice because of how the minute you engage is all.
Well, then
here's the ship, and I hit basically my joystick to go up and like this, and here's the ship.
Yeah.
At full speed with thruster going, and it's just, it moves like a capital ship should.
Yes, it does.
It's a 4-door Cadillac going down the highway.
Oh man.
With a cattle guard on the front. Let's go.
Freaking horns. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just floating.
Sadly, though, they only gave me an Idris piece, so we couldn't fuck around with the space cannon. Only the M's have the space cannon.
I thought the K had the space cannon as well.
No, there is no K. There's the P and the M. So the P is the normal carrier one, and then the M.
The one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, the M. Basically, there is no M that was ever sold. They have only ever sold the P, and then what you do is you buy a separate package. I think it's like $240. Well, it's $240 now. It was like $80 when it first came out. That retrofits the P into the military variant M and gives you the big gun on the front.
I remember there being a designation K, maybe not for the Idris, maybe for something else.
No, it had to be for something else because the Idris has only had 2 models. Yeah, you've had the P and the M. And at first, you could buy the M when it was in concept originally, but then now the M, only way to get an M without buying a P in the upgrade is you have to basically gray market.
Yeah.
Because it's not
if you can find one.
Yeah, I wish I had now. Goddamn fucker jumped in price by twice now. Like when I first saw the Idris, it was like $5. I was like, I'm not going to spend that much on a ship. And now it's like $1,500. I'm like, goddamn. Because it's one of those ships that you will never earn it in game. It'll never be sold in game. The big capitals are like that. This is very, very small Star Citizen streamer on YouTube I've been liking recently. His name is Parlay the Pilot Live. Have to check it out. There's quite a few people entity that have been popping up recently. I think now that the games are more stable and that Squadron 42 is so close, we're going to see more people kind of popping up and doing it randomly. I think also, too, a lot of people have been watching people like Zarg Media and Wicked Wookiees videos showing how, like, okay, if y'all are not aware, and you've watched some of these videos and you wonder how the fuck do they get the cinematic moves and the cameras and the shit that they use in game, watch Zerg Media and watch Wicked Wookie. Both of them, I want to say about a month ago, released videos literally doing a big breakdown showing you how to do all of those camera things. And not only that, Wicked Wookie actually even shows you how to use like a Game Touch style controller or a Stream Deck to macro in some of the more difficult camera locks and pan moves. So I love a lot. That's one thing I love about the Star Citizen community. There is a lot of people out there that are willing to just freely show how they do what they do to invite more people to do it. Unlike you get into other games like DayZ and some of these others, the amount of people that are willing to do that are so fucking, like, the people that make those videos pretty much have it on lock and they want to keep it on. Bear in mind, I still watch a lot of them. It's just Star Citizen does have that. But I will say when Squadron 42 comes out, all of us are going to see a major boom in YouTubers playing it. Every game YouTuber that has never cared to play the persistent universe is going to hop on that single player game. And if it goes off without a hitch, I'm just going to love it because I'm hoping, because I want it to, but at the same time, I'm just going to love to sit there and look at all these people that have called it a scam and ignored it, just eat crow for a fucking week solid.
Yeah.
If y'all want a space game that literally has infinite universe, No Man's Sky. I actually have No Man's Sky. I just quit. I did not play it much because at the initial release, it was bugged as fuck. But I will hand the developers credit. They have spent literally nonstop making it better and better and better and better. The only issue I still have with it is I've got to be in the mood to play a game that has that Borderlands style color palette. That's one thing I love about Star Citizen is it has that more realistic, high-end quadruple A look to it.
Mm-hmm.
But No Man's Sky is really good. And also, too, to go back to even an older game, Elite Dangerous has kind of been making a slow creep comeback because the developers have been, well, all of them. The developers out of nowhere just, I guess, got their head out of their ass and said, you know what? We fucked around for a couple of years. Let's actually do something with this again. And I think it's because they see that space games are gaining in popularity again. And if you think about it, a lot of them were probably shelled off by some of the competition thinking that, why do we want to compete with this? And then when those competitions games came out, Starfield, they realized that it wasn't anything special and they should have not quit working on what they were working on.
Do we say that SpaceX and Elon has had any kind of push in that? Just bringing space back to the forefront of the living room.
Yeah, no, you're right. That is one big factor that has helped. Anytime you have a leap in that, it's going to reawaken that drive. Entity, I know where you're coming from. They did abandon the console players, but if you kind of understand more of the backstory of Elite Dangerous, they did lose a lot of their developers. The company downsized massively, and it's either concentrate on console or concentrate on PC. They didn't have enough people and funding to do both anymore. And you talk to any developer, it is easier to develop shit for a PC. Way easier. Consoles, especially trying to build something that can do Xbox and PlayStation, is a little bit of a nightmare. None of them run the same way. You have to do different coding in the background for each one.
I mean, get past all that. Just talk about how you've got Xbox Live and PlayStation Network, and all of them have their own stipulations of wanting to be able to have control.
Well, not only that, stipulations of the approval process to even get put on their things to even be played or sold is a whole nother story. Especially freaking Nintendo, all of them. Yeah, they don't make it easy, and they want it to be the way it is. That's the reason you don't see a lot of indie games ever going to consoles. They will always stay on PC and have a home on PC. The only people that get to play them on consoles are people that, are crazy enough to crack open their Xbox or their PlayStation and mod the fuck out of it.
Yeah, it's why one of the VR games I used to play a lot. I won't say because I was heavily NDA'd to them, but that when they were getting ready to push the game to PlayStation Network and use the PlayStation VR, all of a sudden they just couldn't because of the level of access that the PlayStation Network wanted to have in the game that the developers would no longer have, and would require the normal players on Oculus or the Vive or what have you, that they would get that information too. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. What do you entities say? They could at least keep bringing out bug fixes for the console version, but it's been completely abandoned. Yeah, and I know that hurt them desperately. I mean, I can understand why, like I was saying, why they did it, but it doesn't mean it doesn't suck any less. Something Shark just shared with me. I'm not going to go into full specific because I just don't want to be a downer due to the situation. But all of us here would like to, anybody listening, if you are in the Texas area, we do want to give our hearts out to everybody in Kerrville and everything going on up there. It is a mess, and the news that just keeps coming out, sadly, is not getting it.
Yeah.
I hope that more people are found. I hope the survivor count gets higher, because right now it does not look going to be the case. For those that are unaware, that don't watch the news or don't live in the Texas area, we have been hit throughout the state. Basically, the only people not getting slammed are up in the fucking Panhandle, but that's because nobody knows about the Panhandle and gives a fuck about the Panhandle. It's a mystery up there. But the rest of Texas is getting hit with massive ass flooding all over the place. I was driving my route in today, and the areas I went into, there are so many fields in so many areas, from Bernie all the way to Bulverde to Spring Branch, that are complete water right now. Like, it is just nasty out there, and it is not letting up on us. What is the radar? Right. What is the radar right now for tomorrow? Are we still looking at getting hit again?
A little bit more, yeah. I believe tomorrow's supposed to be the last day.
Yeah, Llano, Texas, 2 nights ago got hit with 11 inches per hour. That is an ungodly amount of rain for Texas.
Yeah, I'm seeing through till Monday.
Oops, sorry, wrong button.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he said the game is unplayable on a console. Yeah, and the funny part is, for the PC wise, for a while there, it wasn't much better. Like, I want to say for a good 2 years, Elite Dangerous looked completely abandoned altogether. And then, just out of the blue in the last 2 months, the developers have started putting stuff out. So, fingers crossed, Entity, they may one day, when the PC gets to a more stable and they can gain a player base again, go back to doing something with a console. I doubt they'll get most of the people to return, because once you're burned, you're burned. But at least there is hope to show that they have not abandoned the project in a whole. Because that happens with so many games. I mean, God, we could probably do 2 entire shows talking about all the Kickstarter and all the games that literally got a demo out or got an alpha out and then just faded into nothing.
Yeah.
Hey, can we take a moment to talk about a success story on all that? Helldivers 2.
Yeah.
Helldivers 2 got it right, and the console players are reinforcing, I think it was the 26th of August, if I remember right.
Yeah.
So, nice.
So, we weren't there to save Super Earth, but you're coming in clutch now.
Yeah, no, Helldivers is one of those that it was a damn good game from the start. And then, it did falter, but they have, made a one hell of a fucking comeback.
Also, like, on a lighter note, to note that yesterday was the 4th of July. We should all thank Russell Case for saving us from the aliens back in 1996. Well,
good old Randy Quaid before he lost his shit completely.
Yep, right? Exactly.
And on that note, let's get on. We got a few trailers here to check out tonight. I want to say the first one I've watched. In fact, a few of us have probably watched. I just want to watch it with you guys, get the reaction. One of them, the next two, because the one Entity showed none of us have seen, and the one that Shark's wife recommended. I have not watched it. I did not want to watch it. I wanted to watch it with all of you guys live. So, Shark, let's go ahead and bring up So, in the land of reboots, we have a reboot coming in. But the interesting part is, I am actually looking forward to this. I loved the original movie. In fact, I'm probably going to watch it tonight, which is, good old Arnie. And it was an amazing movie when it came out. It was one of Arnold's first big smashes. But sadly, it did not follow really much of the book.
Yeah.
Still great story. Has some quotable scenes that still is there quoted and had some memorable scenes. It's a classic. But this new one does add a new modern twist in a sense of the look of everything, and the social issues are reminiscent of what we're kind of seeing now. But the actual basis of the game, the world, the character story is more closer to the original book. And then if you've got it ready to go, Shark, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to react to The Running Man.
Oh, hold on. Went to
And
the
he
wrong
doesn't know.
screen.
So while he's getting that up, before he hops it completely over, Entity also, Helldivers is finally coming to Xbox. Xbox Halo ODST Vest. Get your gear and your guns ready. Yes, Helldivers is probably something we should all probably stream together too. I don't know Shark has it. I know I do. What about you, Walrus?
Yeah, I've got it.
Helldivers too.
I don't have that yet.
Looks like we get to gift Shark a game.
Yeah.
That's like one night we need to just get everybody on here that even get 8-Ball on here, because the Laptop Shark game would probably run it. I say we basically get drinks together for you, everybody that drinks, and get Hunter on here, and we just do a stream of all of us just getting stupid on something as dumb like Among Us or something like that.
What was the one with the little like teddy bear rag doll that you beat each other?
Oh, Party Animals.
Party Animals.
Yeah.
That one. That one would be fun.
I don't know, but this sounds like Rumble activities. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, we will. We'll probably do it on Rumble, and I'd say probably Kick at the same time, because then we can just get away with anything.
All right, we ready for this?
And hold on real quick, just to let people know, yes, we are going to be starting eventually this show and the Fulminate and probably our personal gaming channels on Rumble and Kick, mainly because we've learned very quickly with Kick, the dredges that ruined it have all kind of been banned and gone. And Kick is now paying 90/10 to its creators, and it is a very easy process to actually get monetized. So, and they don't ever run ads. Because
So you're saying I need to set my stuff up then?
Oh yeah, they got that sweet, sweet gambling money. They don't need ads.
Nice.
So here we go. 2025, Edgar Wright, Glenn Powell. This is coming soon, the new Running Man.
Stop filming me!
Ben Richards, 35, married, one child, in medical crisis. We need money for a doctor now.
Ben, watch yourself.
Employment status, blacklisted. But there's still a way out for you. It's the biggest show in the country.
I'm sorry. In reference to the book, this is accurate.
Yes. Well, also because the Arnie movie made it seem like this was this little sectioned off quarantined area, and you had, your game runners, your stalkers, and all that stuff, which the stalkers were in the book, but they were just the elite guards that kind of led their own groups. But the whole city, technically the whole world, was the stage to play on.
Yeah.
So you had no safe place to hide. And the other thing I like here is this actor right here from Fear the Walking Dead and everything. He is a phenomenal fucking actor. And for him to play the host character, I'm expecting a great fucking job from him, because this is just right up the alley of the type of twisted fucked characters he likes playing.
Yeah.
It's our birthright. Set it free. Welcome to the Running Man.
People on these games never come back.
I'm not trying to get myself killed. So kiss my ass twice. Right there.
Yes.
And him playing the shady fucking corporate corpo is perfect too.
Yeah.
Is why you can win this game. rules are simple. Survive 30 days with the entire nation hunting you down. We'll get your family out of Slumside for good.
Also, real quick, it's funny that the only movie to get the actual premise of the entire world and everybody stalking and hunting you down right to the Book of the Running Man prior to this version of the Running Man was a little small film with Daniel Radcliffe called Guns Akimbo.
Yes.
I have not seen that one.
You got to see that damn movie.
Yeah. It's one of
fucking
those
hilarious.
that it's hilarious, and by the end of it, you're like, all right, that was actually better than I expected, but it was still insane.
Yeah, basically everybody watches this underground illegal game of like a Running Man style game. And he talks some shit and wakes up the next morning with 2 guns surgically grafted onto his hands. And I'll leave it at that. And it's Daniel Radcliffe. It is literally a gory, dark comedy.
Well, it's like the movie Arena, where they just scoop people up off the street.
Yep.
Which, again,
I'm going to come back
gory.
here and burn this building down. I promise. That's the spirit.
This is America, goddammit! And we don't put up with no bull.
You know who he reminds me of? Freaking what's his name from Rocky? Apollo Creed's character.
Oh, you're talking, you mean the actor?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he looks like him very much.
He could pull off an Apollo Creed, I feel like, all day.
Yeah.
I feel like an Eddie Murphy would be hilarious there.
No, if I had to take a guess where he's drawing his inspiration for this character is he's one, the game show host of the guy from Running Man, because that guy was a game show host.
Yeah.
He's conjuring that up, but the way he dresses and his mannerisms is very Arsenio Hall.
Yes. Yes.
All the way down to the flamboyant suits and the whole, sass attitude when he's talking.
If he had more of a narrow face, he'd pull it off great.
Yeah.
Him!
Stop filming me! Have you ever wondered if this game is rigged? Guess we'll find out.
You might be moving up too fast.
Hey, buddy. You're on freebie.
You better run!
It's funny that we would not have chase camera angles and first person view camera angles or any of this shit. Again, if it wasn't for a little movie most people didn't pay attention to called Hardcore Harry.
Yeah. That was an excellent.
Because all the rigs and everything they made for that had never been done before. They actually had to build the rigs, and now everybody fucking uses them in shots like this.
Yep.
I got a grenade!
Back at you.
I'm still here, you shit eaters.
Nice.
Ironically, it's funny the amount of times in airsoft.
What I love this.
Yeah.
Are you crazy?
Yes. I am.
I'm looking forward to it. It looks like it's going to be entertaining, if anything. No Entity. We haven't watched Primitive War yet. We just got finished watching Running Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now this, I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be fun.
Well, I also like the main actor.
Edgar Wright.
Yeah, the first movie I saw him in was Maverick Top Gun, and I thought he did an excellent job there, being the new Iceman. And
no, they've got quite a few. I mean, it's funny that they're only showing Edgar Wright and Glenn Powell on the marquee credits, but you got Edward Domingo, which is the one playing the game show host. You've got the one playing the Corpo guy. Is that Brolin?
Josh
No, it's
Brolin?
not. Yeah, isn't that Brolin?
I think so. Now I
Yeah,
gotta
and then
look up
the one squeezing the pump gun, that was Jesse Eisenberg, if I'm not mistaken.
that
Yeah,
him?
pull it up. I think by the voice, I think that's Jesse Eisenberg. I'm doing the same thing.
I don't know. I'm sorry. Every time I see Jesse Eisenberg, all I hear is "bitch." That's it. If I don't hear that, it's not Jesse.
Okay, so IMDb, The Running Man, cast and crew. So yes, Glenn Powell is Ben. So it's Glenn Powell as Bren Richard.
Yeah.
Josh Brolin as the main bad guy, Coleman Domingo. So Glenn Powell is the one from Top Gun Maverick. He's the main.
Yeah.
And I was close. It's not just the Iceberg. It's Michael Cera.
Mm.
Yeah. So you got Michael Cera, William H. Macy. Jesus, Sean Hayes is in it.
George Carroll.
Katie O'Brien. See if there's anyone. George Carroll.
Yeah.
You got quite a few freaking people in here. So yeah, you got spectator, audience member. I'm wondering to see if they actually. So yeah, the NCG officer. There's quite a few freaking people in it. I'm shocked that though Brolin's name isn't kind of marqueed up there with them.
Yeah.
But then again, I kind of like that because he is one of those actors that if he's not the main in a movie, he's not going to take the spotlight away from the main actor. Because he's done this in quite a few films I've seen him in that he's not even in. Like he's in the trailer, but like we're seeing right here, his name is not one of the ones that gets blown up on the screen before everybody.
Well, hold on. Are you kidding me?
What?
When did this come out? Prime is doing Brothers.
What? The
Josh
one with
Brolin and
Josh
Dinklage?
Brolin and Dinklage? Yeah, it's already out. It's fucking hilarious.
It just reminds me of fucking Twins.
No, it's nothing even close to Twins.
Okay.
This is dark comedy. It's twisted. I was laughing my ass off throughout the whole thing. Honestly,
really
as great
does
as an
bring
actor
me
as
to my
Dinklage is, I think Dinklage is more better suited at comedies. Because some of the most memorable roles I remember him in and enjoyed him the most, other than Game of Thrones, were all comedies.
I got to say, he was actually pretty decent in the Hunger Games, the prequel to the Hunger Games.
He was. The only thing that ruined that was just kind of the timing it came
Everything
out,
else.
the pacing of the movie, and the main story was just kind of meh. But yeah, you're right. His character was good. Actually, all of the people's characters in that were good. Even it was just the way the context and the layout is what I think destroyed it. And it was a very slow burn.
Yeah.
Yeah, pacing on it was compared to the other movie.
All
All right,
right.
so
You ready for this?
This was the one that your wife recommended, that Shark's wife recommended. This is Project Hail Mary.
And I will say it's a little more original-ish than most of the stuff coming out.
Oh man!
Okay, real quick. So Entity put something out here that's actually Dinklage would play a good Lord Farquaad. Yeah.
We are but just a kiss away.
But before you go that route, Entity, let's not give them any more ideas of shit to turn into live action.
Oh, actually, I might be okay with a live-action Shrek if it was done right.
There's no way they could do it right. How the hell are you going to do Shrek and Fiona's characters and not make them look Uncanny Valley? The way their art style is done, you would not be able to do it with physical makeup. It would look too grotesque. And then if you go CGI, you're literally just a few more pixels away from the original computer animation.
Have Eddie Hall play Shrek?
No. The guy that Drax the Destroyer. What's?
Oh,
you can't do Batista anymore. Have you seen what he looks like now?
No.
Dude, he looks bad. He took himself off of all the HGH and the juice, and it's showing. Like he literally had this is real close to looking like a JJ.
Damn.
Yeah, it's bad.
Well, I mean, Shrek wasn't ripped either.
No, sadly, who would have made a good Shrek if you had just painted him green, even though he's not alive anymore? Ralphie May. He would have.
But then
I
he
don't
would have
think he had
turned
the
it
height,
into a
though.
Ralphie May movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not Shrek.
Yeah.
All
The problem with doing something like Shrek is the voice of each of those characters is so distinct and ingrained to those characters. If you didn't get the actual people to voice it, people would know.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. That Scottish voice of Myers is so distinct. And
Well, not
Eddie Murphy's voice is so
Yes.
distinct. And even Gwyneth God, what's her fucking name? Cameron Diaz's
Cameron
voice.
Diaz.
They all three have very, very unique voices. So much so that in any role they play, you can tell it's them without even seeing the picture of who's talking. Especially Murphy. Murphy has
AI.
a super distinct. Oh God, no, Auntie, that's horrible. Go ahead and put it up. But it's bad. Hey, I know someone who played the perfect Shrek. And since we're not on Twitch, we won't get banned. Frogan. That vertically challenged Sal would make a good one.
Are we ready for this?
Yeah,
let's go for it.
Please state your name.
Ryland Grace. I spoke up from a coma. I'm several light years from my apartment, and I'm not an astronaut. I'm not an astronaut. I'm not an astronaut.
If you don't go, you die. With the rest of us.
The sun
Is dying. You are the only scientist who might know what this says.
I'm just a teacher at Grover Cleveland Middle.
You have a doctorate in molecular biology. I need you to come with us. This is Project Hail Mary. The sun is not the only star dying. Every star was infected by its neighbor except one,
Why?
We don't know. Which is why we built a ship to go there and find out.
It's 11.9 light years away. The astronauts die in space.
It's what you Americans would call a long shot.
Hail Mary. I get it. Who on earth is going to sign up for this?
If we do nothing, everything on this planet will go extinct.
Yeah.
You'll find a solution.
You are my solution.
I put the not an astronaut. I've never done anything. I've never done a space. I can't even moonwalk. I understand the stakes. I do. But my place is in the classroom.
The world is counting on you.
This might be very hard for you to understand. But some people are not good at things.
You know who you are. You're going to do great.
I conquered zero G in 5 hours.
Object approaching.
Oh my God. So I met an alien. He's kind of growing on me. At least not growing in me, you know, which was a concern for a little while.
It turns out it's the AI Sasquatch in all the videos.
Right.
I'm Grace. I'm gonna call you Rocky. Thumbs up. No, that's thumbs down. We do the thumbs up. It's close enough.
Wait a minute, go back there to where it said at the end there. So Andy Weir, same one that did The Martian.
Mm-hmm.
Christopher Miller and Drew. That's actually a pretty. Drew Goddard's a damn good screenwriter. That looks good.
Yeah. Like I said, it's a little more original than most of the shit coming out. So
yeah, and you can tell, like, the minute it mentioned The Martian, you can tell it's some of the same people that worked on that film just by the cinematography and the style done to it. And I thought, truthfully, The Martian was one of the most underrated films of when it came out. I can watch that over and over again. And it's still very entertaining, especially the scene when he almost blows himself up.
Yeah. Well, oddly enough, that actually popped up as a future read for me on my Audible. So I might actually listen to the book before I see this movie. So, which may be a mistake.
I don't know how believable the whole, hey, there's this random ass middle school teacher that happens to have a PhD in microbiology.
Microbiology, molecular biology.
Still,
I don't know. It all depends how they play it. If there's more of a backstory of why he's not even in the field,
yeah,
and you never know. I mean, one plausible take on it too is, especially considering how they're showing the character not wanting to really be a part of stuff, absorbed in the life of teaching. It could be something as simple as was married to somebody and they both were in the field and that person died and he just doesn't want to be around it anymore.
Yeah.
They're believable possibilities. I mean, I've met a few people that became teachers that did some pretty impressive jobs before it and just got sick of being in that field. Especially just because you're in a field like that doesn't mean it's going to pay you worth of shit. Yeah.
True.
He meant to say Frogan. Frogan's already been picked for Jabba the Hutt. Have you seen the video? Someone made a video and they colored her like the Jabba color. And as she's talking about basically 9/11 should happen, we deserved it and all that shit, it's all sitting there going, and it fucking fits. I will say, though, that's kind of her being played as Jabba the Hutt is kind of a jab at poor old Jabba. I mean, he just was a big space slug and wanted to be the crime lord. She's a ugly, foul piece of shit that shouldn't exist. So, I'd actually prefer to have Jabba over her any day of the week. I mean, think about it. Jabba didn't fuck with people unless you owed him money or screwed him over. Other than that, he actually brought wealth and prosperity to that part of part of his world.
Insecurity.
Yeah.
Let's be
and
true.
entertainment with the fucking races.
I think I'd rather date a Jawa than date her.
I mean, Christ, there was a Hutt that even became a Jedi.
Oh, yeah.
So they weren't all bad.
Didn't go
anywhere. I don't see anything coming from Frogan's sphere that's anything positive.
I mean, I think I'd spend the night with a Tusken Raider first.
I mean, I'm going to go on my big Lois jab, but I've seen a few. I pointed this out to Shark the other day. I don't watch her streams, but I've seen a lot of the clips, and in a few of the clips, she's got to where you can see this part of her arm, and every single time, what appears to be a henna tattoo is in the same exact fucking spot, and it never moves. That's impossible. Not to mention some of the stuff she's shoving down that black hole she calls a mouth is not exactly, for someone wearing hijab, is not haram.
Mm-mm.
But she fits right in with all the other champagne socialists, though. Preach, do not do. Do what I say, not as I do.
Right.
All right, let's watch this one.
Yeah.
Community.
Here we go.
RT Vulture looking for SFC Baker.
Yeah, you found him.
You ordered, Sarge.
We all make some poor life choices, Baker. The old man would love to discuss the consequences with you.
3 days ago,
I lost my Green Berets.
Wait, pause there real quick.
Going on in that valley.
That's fucking Jeremy Piven. I did not. You don't need to go back. I know it's Jeremy Piven.
No,
I know his voice.
I didn't catch it. Hold
3
on.
days ago, I
Right
lost.
there.
Yeah.
That's Ari from Entourage. Well, everybody knows him as Ari from Entourage. I will always remember him as the guy from the movie PCU.
Lost my Green Berets. There is something going on in that valley.
RT Vulture.
Reconnaissance is your business. And I need you all to find them for me.
What is it? Track. Is it our guys? No. Animal. Something big.
In the park. Yeah.
Telling you guys, there's monsters out here.
All right, pause it right there. Go back to the credits. I want to see something.
What's that? I like how they went with the feathery version.
All right there. Trisha Helfer's in it too. Please tell me you guys recognize that name. Trisha Helfer, the blonde Cylon from Battlestar Galactica.
Let's be honest. I don't know like a 75% of the names that you guys talk about on this podcast.
Carlos Sanson Jr. has been in a few things. The rest of the names I don't recommend. And then Henry Nixon and Jeremy Piven. What year? Rights Reserved 20. So this didn't come out. Entity, has this already come out, or did this come out like just very recently? Because I don't remember hearing anything about it or seeing it, and it's saying Reserve 2025.
So it's coming soon.
Well, how old's the trailer though?
Let's see here.
I mean, it could be that it's not out yet. I mean, 2025 is not over.
It's only 3 months ago, so yeah. So Entity, has this come out, or is this still one of those that is yet to be released, to your knowledge? I mean, we could check. You want to check, Chuck? I'm curious to see if it has a release date or if it already had. If it has already released, I want to know where, because I want to watch it. I've never seen anything with Jeremy Piven that I did not like. He's one of those few actors that he's very, very picky about the roles he plays.
Release August 21, 2025.
Is it saying to theaters, or is it going to be a straight to digital?
It's not saying.
Considering it's Spark Films, and that's not a major studio, like even an indie I've heard of, it's probably going to be, if I had to guess, it's probably going to be straight to digital.
No,
and
in
probably,
theaters.
That's going to be a theater. Okay, so probably limited theater release then. So more than likely, the first place, if we don't get it here in San Antonio or Austin, it's probably going to be one of those that we'll see drop on Prime probably within a couple of months.
Yep.
I mean, let's face it, that's every fucking movie nowadays. Christ, I think it's the average time slot is now 90 days max before it's on digital purchase.
Oh, so
which is kind of shitty, because that kind of makes you wonder why even go see it in a fucking theater anymore.
So
that's why I built mine.
So here's that. You were talking about what's her nuts having a tattoo.
Yeah.
Is that the tattoo you're referring to right there?
Yes. And then she has one on the other arm too.
Yeah, that's a full-on tattoo.
Yeah. And I got news for people. Sharia law, that is called haram. You're not supposed to do it.
Stoned to death.
So, yeah, like I said, she hates America so much. She knows she can't go to the country she boasts so much because, they'd stone her ass.
So, also, have you seen, since we're on AI today.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. It comes out of theater.
I'm going to pirate it.
Yeah.
Hey, man, the way they're literally telling everybody the digital shit you buy, you don't own, and we could take it whenever the fuck we want. They are literally might as well just put on a banner. go to the Pirate Bay because it's back in full fucking swing.
It is. And that was something I saw earlier today, was an article about how, originally it was cheaper to just pay for the streaming service. But now it's like you don't own rights. They do with it what they want. And you're going to end up, not being able to watch it when you want to watch it. Download it. Freaking start ripping.
Not to mention, if you have Netflix, Disney plus Hulu, because they combine them, you're getting both, and Prime, you're already spending more per year / month than you ever did with cable. And not only that, you can't just have those, because I got one for you. What show was it? I'll know for definite, but get this. You can't go and support Stop Killing Games, by the way, entity. Do not sign up for that. I agree with it, but the reason we can't have people signing up for it is because the only names they're going to count on that petition is if you live in the UK or the EU.
Yep.
If you do not live there, your name invalidates. They are going to they are going to go through all that 1.5 million that it's up to now, and I bet you he's going to lose a good 250,000 because people don't pay attention. But as long as the over 1 million is of EU and UK, it's solid. It's going to happen. It's already set in stone now. They did it. And it's going to basically hopefully build a steamroll to basically more laws and protection. But we're talking a couple of years before any of that happens. And even if it does finally happen in the UK and EU, it'll be another couple of years before it happens here. But yeah, I've been watching that with the whole deal with Pirate Software and all of that for a while now. Before I read that, what were we going off on? What were you talking about?
He was talking about AI. He was talking. Shark was talking about AI and pulled up the Bigfoot logs.
Have you seen these?
Yeah, but no, I've seen these. No, but before that,
we were talking about how what's her name needs to get, according to Sharia law, that she should be stoned for her tattoos.
No, but it was after that. But I forgot. I was trying to the point I was going to get. I totally lost at this point, and I apologize. Yeah. No, the whole with all of it, yeah, there's a whole bunch that's happening. But no, the Stop Killing Games is a good. Oh, we were talking about not owning digital rights. Okay.
Yes.
There are certain shows that say have 6 to 10 seasons. You have to be subscribed to Peacock for the first 2, Hulu for the second 2, Netflix for the last 3. They've made it to where you have to have multiple ones and be spending money. So yes, they have set up the perfect storm for everybody to pirate. So yes, if you're out there and you're sick of this shit and you have a massive collection of DVDs, don't sell them. In fact, start buying more DVDs. In fact, even if you have the digital, do like Shark and me. We are going to build up a massive fucking server with a ton of shit on Plex, and then we are going to burn it into multiple NASs that are going to be stored on a Threadripper built here into my house with the 10 gig internet connected straight to it. So everybody we know can randomly access all of every movie we could ever fucking think of, and we will have a literally physical copy of all of it.
Yeah, because I'm sorry, what's the difference between us sharing our digital library via Plex versus us, hey, here's my DVD, bring it back to me next week?
Well, the funny thing is, we are not violating any laws because as long as you are not showing it for profit, you are not copyright infringing on any copyrights. So if I choose to pay for the build of the machine and the internet to go to and share the password, nobody can do that. I pirate all my movies and anime, but not games. I still pay for games.
I agree.
I agree. I used to buy most of my movies and anime. I just do the subscription service. But yeah, moving forward, I am literally going to start hunting down some of the DVDs I used to have because I miss having the physical copy.
Well, even
and
CDs.
For games, I will always pay for a game if I believe in the game and supporting the developers to continue making games. But if it's a game that's, by a piece of shit company that I already know doesn't care about the players and is probably just going to kill it at random, I might actually just find a way to get a copy just to play it, just to see how shitty it is, and then delete.
Blizzard.
Oh God, I saw what they did. What effing artard on their dumb developer team and marketing team thought anybody in a fucking wheelchair who is permanently bound in a wheelchair wants to play a character in a floating fucking wheelchair. I don't know about you. I was stuck in a wheelchair for 2 years when Shark first met me. I was in a fucking wheelchair. I don't ever want to see a fucking wheelchair again in my life.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the decision they make are so effing stupid. And it is exactly what it is. That decision was made by some guilt-ridden rich white bitch to basically appease her own self-loathing and guilt. To make herself feel pious.
Yeah.
I would pay for anime and support them, but the streaming platform that hosts them are greedy as fuck. You don't have to cough. Crunchyroll is freaking greedy. And Crunchyroll has pretty much made a monopoly on it. And that's the sad state of affairs. I will hand them one little bit of credit. They are getting way faster at simulcasting all the stuff releasing in Japan on the same day with us, which before was never that way. It would release in Japan, and by the time halfway through the season and all the rumors were out there, we'd finally get it. But I do not like Crunchyroll, but I do have it, sadly, because that's really all you got.
Yep.
It's hilarious to remember what Crunchyroll used to be, which was a super sketchy site for all the like C-rated movies to go to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
Funimation was the winner.
Yeah, Funimation was the winner.
Was anime. Crunchyroll was just like a free thing that you could go and watch random movies. Sometimes they were decent.
Yeah, and Funimation basically just went down because it was bad mismanagement of funds, and they lost a lot of the rights to the stuff because Crunchyroll had the capital to outbid them.
Yeah.
Yeah, AniTube, I remember AniTube, and there also was what was the one where it was like world.something G? It was a GG website.
Oh.
Like it was the first one that you could actually get all of Naruto Shippuden on.
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
day. It's still there, but it runs like dog shit. Because I think they're saving all the animation down as Flash files.
I know exactly what you're talking about because yes, that's also where I watched it.
Yeah.
But
I forgot about Aniplex.
Yeah, it's like WCM or WACM.gg. It's some weird web address. Because somebody sent it to me a long time ago. I was like, you sketchy motherfucker want to give me a virus. This is bullshit. And I brought it up. I was like, oh, it actually is real and it works.
Yeah. I think I still have it bookmarked on my my laptop.
I probably do somewhere too. I just don't go to it anymore because, it runs like dog shit now. Or at least the last time I was on it, it ran bad. Like you're watching the anime and the voice, the audio track and the closed captions like 20 seconds behind what you just watched. It's basically like watching G.I. Joe, the original.
I'm just upset that my anime list like wiped my account. So like all the stuff over the years I had been saving is just fucking gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are a lot of YouTube channels that host anime. So yeah, YouTube is a pretty good spot until they kind of bust them and shut them down.
And Netflix has been doing a lot with anime too. Unfortunately, because I didn't know any better because I hadn't watched the show. My daughter watched Dan to Dan. And I was like, oh, it's on Netflix. That must be okay. Yeah, I didn't realize.
No, Netflix does have a lot of the large category that they're basically Crunchyroll is sharing, but also there's a lot that Netflix, their animation, the studios that they work with have developed solely for them.
And some of those are excellent.
Oh, yeah.
High Rise Invasion.
Troll Hunters, when that came out, Mystery of Avanos, love that one. There's actually some really good Netflix ones.
Record of Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Castlevania is the one that started it all from.
Yeah.
Did y'all hear that Will Smith is working? Yeah, fuck Will Smith. God, his fucking music video they just did was horrific, cringe dog shit.
I'm sorry, he's still relevant?
He's trying to be. He's pandering to all these social media influencers and YouTubers to be on their channels and shit to try to gain some relevancy. It's like, dude, fuck off. Ain't nobody getting jiggy with it no more. Nobody cares about you. Fade off into obscurity. You got enough money to live the rest of your life. Fuck off.
He's just trying to prove that if you continue going to Diddy, it'll still work out.
On another note of shows coming out, did you see they're trying to bring Dexter back again as like an older Dexter?
Okay, I am interested in it for only 2 reasons. And that is the one that played the detective that was with him, the Hispanic guy, is back.
Oh, the
the sister's dead, remember?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like,
yeah, so this is supposed to take place after Bloodline or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
The one where his kid thought he shot him and left. He apparently, he didn't die because it didn't show him die. But the reason I'm really interested, I got to bring it up. So this will kind of get your interest. Dexter Resurrection. So this is what got my attention. Come on. All right. So you got Michael C. Hall, of course, Dexter. Jack Alicott is the one that plays his son Harrison. He's back. The guy that was the main detective. Can't see his name here. All right, so let me list this list to you. Jimmy Smits. You recognize who that is?
Yeah.
Okay. David Dashmalacian. He's the one that played the polka dot guy in Suicide Squad. Walrus, you watched the second Suicide Squad movie, right? You didn't?
No.
Okay. This guy, you would recognize him because he has one of those faces that just, who he's kind of like Steve Buscemi. You notice him the minute you see him, but you don't really recognize his name until he did something big. So he's in it. John Lithgow shows up in one episode as a flashback of the killer from Dexter.
Okay.
All right, here's where it gets interesting. David Deschmal, Jimmy Smits, Uma Thurman, Peter Dinklage, and Kristen Ritter are all playing serial killers in the show.
Oh.
Yeah.
But Dinks just...
You're right, Entity. Polka Dot Man was also in Dune. He played... he was the like second in... like kind of like the butler second in command for the Harkonnens.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was Thane's butler, basically.
Ooh.
Are you reading it now?
No, I got one for you.
What?
This came out today. I don't know.
The chant scene. Yeah, you're right, Entity. He was in the chant scene. What do you got? Oh, yeah. Sakamoto Days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never finished it.
Season 1, part 2.
Dude, I love it. I'm having a blast with it. I know people are bitching because I guess there's something different between it and the manga, but let's face it, sometimes things don't ever follow the manga. But no, yeah, Sakamoto Days, I'm looking forward to it. I love it. Remember, do not play it.
I'm not.
The music from that is what got us almost our first copyright strike.
I'm not. I'm just scrolling back up.
The AI is like, I know that anime song. Fuck you guys.
But they're doing
I'll rephrase it. It did not copyright strike us. It just made us remove the 1 minute and 58 seconds the song was playing. No, it AI cut out that entire segment of the show.
So
it created a gap.
Marvel is also doing a animated version about Wakanda.
Yeah, I saw that.
I did just see that today.
You mean the isolated ethno state?
Yeah, that one.
Because ironically,
this is what
they're bringing Beastars. Really?
Final season.
Wait a minute.
Is he finally going to get with the rabbit?
All right, we'll go back up real quick. Okay, so that is Cyberpunk Edge Runners 2.
Yeah.
Keep going up. Record Ragnarok season 3 finally. Yeah, just keep going up. I read something here that I wanted to see. Now keep going.
Oh, you wanted to know about my melody?
No. Keep going up. Sakamoto Days, Leviathan. Okay, I guess something up here. Something up here clicked something else in my mind. Oh, that's what it was. Why the fuck would you do an anime of Squid Game? You just ended it. It's done.
Yeah.
And honestly, it was a perfect ending.
I did not.
It was the only way it could end, and I'll leave it at that.
Oh no, it's supposed to come to the U.S. now.
Well, it led into that, but I'm talking the actual story of 456, the story we've been following. They did put it reached the emotional, logical, concluded ending. I'll leave it at that. As a writer, it's the way I would have ended it, in my opinion.
So I've been hate watching Marvel Ironheart.
Black. That is crap.
Yeah.
Let's make a show over a comic that was canceled twice because both times we put it out failed. Not only did it fail, it has one of the worst cover issues, the artwork, ever in the history of Marvel. It is so body warped fucked. It wonders who at Marvel greenlit this cover. Then they even changed the storyline. Yeah, I do not need to watch it. I've watched enough people who I trust review it, and every single one of them, I mean, we're talking people that don't get along, that are on both sides of the political spectrum when it comes to their bias, saying the same thing. So that kind of tells you something. And here's the best part about it. This show was made 3 fucking years ago. They had to go back and re-edit it 2 times because every time they fucking screened it, the people that watched it hated it. People at Marvel, literally that work at Marvel, leaked saying that internally, the people at Marvel agreed that it was the worst fucking thing they have ever made.
Yeah,
so I won't watch it. I'm not going to give it 1 iota of my ratings because I do not want to give it even that. I don't even want to hate watch it. I just want it to die.
I'm watching it mainly for the audio because hate it for all you want, but Marvel has good audio mixing and does up to 7.1 so that I can actually test out my speakers.
Trude, if you want to test out your speakers on 7.1, I have 2 of the best things for you to do. 1, Dune, the new one.
Yes, that was the very first.
And second, the Criterion Collection version of Saving Private Ryan, the opening sequence at D-Day.
You might have to send me that one then.
Because you will literally hear when I had a 7.1 sound, and this is, bear in mind, first generation. Yeah, I'm going to read that in a second. Not the best that it is now. This was when 7.1, before Dolby Atmos. This was first generation 7.1. You could hear the zips and the pops, but you could also hear when an explosion would happen, the water and sand hitting the ground behind you.
Nice, because I do have Dolby Atmos in there.
Yeah, so it's going to sound even better on your system because if it sounded that good on, 10 years back when that DVD first came out, it's going to sound way better now. I did not hear that they were bringing Black Lagoon back, but yeah, that is a series. Yeah. Dude, the one I haven't watched, but I want to, it's on my list. I'll probably binge watch it tomorrow. The new Gundam that's on Netflix.
Oh, the live action one?
No. It's not live action. This is computer animated.
I'm not
because it's already out.
Black Lagoon coming back.
Yeah, you research that. I'll look up.
But it recently came out, like within the past 6 months, right? Is what you're talking
it's
about,
Gundam Requiem for Vengeance.
Yeah. That's the one that I thought was live action in my memory for some reason.
Yeah, no, it's just it's like just really good computer animation.
Black Lagoon.
There is rumor that they're going to try to do a live action. Don't watch the Gundam. It's bad.
As somebody that didn't follow anything Gundam growing up and never really had any interest in it, I enjoyed it. But then again, I'm the asshole that liked.
IMDb is giving
the bad ones.
Yeah,
I'm not even going to say it.
IMDb is a 6.5 out of 10, and I kind of, with a grain of salt, will trust IMDb. As for Rotten Tomatoes, it can burn and fucking die. It's a shithole rag. When you have shows that have an audience score of 18%, but the critics are sitting there at 96, that tells you the critics are fucking retarded. Because if the critics can't at least meet the audience halfway, then you are so out of fucking touch of what people want to watch, you shouldn't be a critic anymore.
For the record, I'm clipping that for later.
Yeah, go for it. I've done it enough times on this show. Just go watch episode 2.
All right.
We were both doing things that would probably get us banned on other things.
Oh, yeah.
Now, as for like going back, since we are kind of in that period with not a whole lot of new shit coming out, I've actually restarted watching. I'm doing Stargate SG-1 again.
Nice.
And leading into Atlantis. What got me started is I always watch Stargate Universe once a year, just because I love that show. I love Robert Carradine; he's an amazing actor. And I wish it's one of those shows that I wish if they're going to bring a new Stargate out soon, like within the next couple of years, let us know what the fuck happened to them. Give us an update on the Universe crew, because since they're in sleep stasis, you could. But I started rewatching Warehouse 13 again and Eureka. I love those shows. They were fun. Plus the freaking chick that played the hacker chick in Warehouse 13 is fucking hot as hell. She always was. And then I did just binge watch all the way through the end, the most recent season of The Bear. And truthfully, even though they've been greenlit for season 5, I kind of wish this would be the end, because I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to do any spoilers, but it ends on such a great point that it could be an end of the show, and it would not.
I still have 2 episodes left.
Dude, I love that fucking show. I mean, that dude right there, honestly, I still think the lead actor in The Bear, he would make a good replacement for Wolverine.
Yeah. You know
It depends which Wolverine, though.
Well, any Wolverine they're doing moving forward for getting newer people into it, they're going to want to go with something closer to the comics for the last 10 years. So Wolverine, the only change to him is he's not short and stocky anymore. He's still built and feral, but he's more of, your typical dude if he had like 0.5% body fat.
Yeah, he's lean. He's not bulky.
And Jeremy Allen White, I'm sorry, can play that, because if you saw how much he bulked up for the Iron Fist, that dude can play it.
Jormungandr.
Who?
Hold on.
If you want an anime that's similar to Black Lagoon, I recommend Jormungandr. Search on that one. I'm looking up this right now, Shark, and if you get something, bring it up, because I'm curious to see what it looks like and what you're talking about.
So what I was going to say though is Robert Carlyle. I'm sorry, for me, his rendition of freaking Rumpelstiltskin.
Oh, dude! Once Upon a Time was a perfect fucking show.
And then they had
he was the dark one.
Oh God, yes.
All right, let me see if I can find. All right, so these, I'm going to share this real quick. These were a fan thing done a while back when they were talking about who could replace Hugh Jackman. So I want you to check. Oh, check this out. So they start with this. So the fan theory was Jeremy Allen White as Wolverine and Austin Butler as Sabretooth. So that way you could pick younger actors playing a younger version. So over the years, like they did with Hugh Jackman, you could get good 10, 20 years.
Yeah.
Now this
is play until they're 90.
Pretty much. This is the CGI of Jeremy Allen White playing what he would look like as a younger Wolverine. And it's the style of Wolverine they picked was him in Madripoor. or Madrigal.
Oh yeah. Oh,
it
yeah.
works.
It does work.
Yeah. Now, what I was also going to show is check this out. This is what he looked like in Iron Fist. Which
But if they're going to go
that was an insanely hard movie to watch.
Iron Fist.
Which one?
Iron Fist.
Yes.
It tells the story of the Von Erichs. And for me, it was really hard to watch because as a kid, one of my teachers, she knew one of the promoters for the WWE. So anytime they came through to the Freeman Coliseum, we got to see them. And on 2 occasions, I actually got to meet Kerry Von Erich. And he was a genuinely, amazingly nice person. And to just know that story and watch that movie and see what that entire family went through was horrific. Let me see. Trying to find. So this is a picture of what he looked like in the movie and how much weight he picked up, along with what Zac Efron looked like in it.
Oh yeah, Zach bulked up for that.
Both of them did.
Yeah.
Check that out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He can put on the weight if he wants to. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I think he would make a good Wolverine. I mean, the guy has the acting chops to pretty much play any role he wants to put himself into. I mean, he's just that damn good.
Oh,
Jormungand.
I did start watching this.
Okay. All right, hold on. Child Soldier Jonah is the newest member of the mercenary squad employed by Coco, an international arms dealer. The cold-blooded kid carries a deep hatred for those in Coco's line of work, but following her into the darkest corners of the black market might be his only shot. Huh.
I'm hoping this is the one he's referring to.
Is Entity, is this the one that you were referring to? Give him a few seconds here to respond back.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure because, like he said, he misspelled it. He goes, yes, that is the one he was talking to. All right, Shark, if you get a chance, copy the name of that, shoot it in our Discord because I definitely want to check that one out. So Walrus shot me a message to remind me. So yes, we have not actually talked much about caffeine stuff in a while. Sadly, when it comes to the market of machines, not much is happening. We reviewed that espresso machine a while back, but it hasn't released yet, so there hasn't been anything new. Really, the biggest thing going on right now is the Specialty Coffee Association is holding the World Cup right now. So we're waiting to see. I think they're in the final round right now. Basically, they're doing the World Cup tasting. So that's basically the award is kind of separated into 2 parts. For those of people don't know, it's not only recognizing the coffee that's being brewed as being one of the exceptionally best that they've ever tasted for the year. It's also the barista making it. So it's a dual award. So when that award is given, it's not only a win for the barista, giving them the recognition of making the best cup for this year, but also the coffee roaster that roasted that roast of coffee and that bean. They're also doing the lot at the same time they do the World Latte Art Competition, which is kind of self-explanatory, which barista can do the best latte art. And then they actually have what is the Best in Show, which is where you actually get people that have the title to their name, World's Best Barista. So all of that is going on right now. I don't think it's ended because it's still coming across my feed because it's kind of cool if you want to check it out. It's the Specialty Coffee Association's channel on YouTube. They break it down to each barista per area of the world. So you have one from China, one from Japan, and one from the US representing each country. And each episode is 10 to 15 minutes of each barista doing their thing. And what's pretty cool is for the baristas, it's not just them making come and you go, here, try. No, they actually tell a story of when I found this roast, I learned through process of elimination that this is this. The tasting of it, you're going to taste this, which gives me brought me back to a memory of why I love this so much. You know, it's very personal to them because let's face it, just like eating a good meal, you know, kind of like the movie Ratatouille when he has the flashback, certain things in our lives can solicit that type of response, especially if you have passion for what you're doing. Now, next episode, we will actually, I always like doing, remember, the middle episode of the month. Sorry, stupid watch. We'll be doing the roaster of the month. I have 3 new coffees coming in this next week from different roasters that many people have been telling me about. One is Hydrangea. The other one is Little Wolf. And then the one after that is, hold on real quick. I'll tell you the name because I got the shipping confirmation yesterday. That one is, go figure. Doesn't want to bring it up. There we go. Oh, Newberry Street, which Newberry Street was recommended to me by a barista that you can see here on YouTube. His name is Brian Kwan. Very amazing guy. He and a bunch of the Asian community in San Francisco created their own coffee collective. So rather than the coffee shops in the Asian community in San Francisco competing against each other, they all work as a co-op now. And Newberry Street is one of the more recent roasters in the Bay Area. So I got something coming from them that is a co-fermented in strawberries. So it should be very, very fucking interesting. In fact, I've got a brand new set of burrs for the grinder coming in that I haven't tried out before, solely for the 3 new coffees that are coming in. So yeah, we're definitely gonna doing a little bit more coffee centric stuff as stuff comes down the line. We haven't in a while because, like I said, there really hasn't been. We're in that down period. So basically, right around the end of the summer, once the competition ends, I'll have stuff to talk about in the coffee world about that. But equipment-wise, it won't be till the beginning of Q3 that we'll see stuff. Because sadly, the coffee market works in Q1, Q3, 2 and 4 they forget about. Because normally all the shit you ordered in 3 is going to be your Christmas present because it'll ship in 4.
Yeah.
It's kind of how they work. You're pre-ordering everything.
R&D.
Oh, now I know something something I wanted to talk about. So this is fucking cool. This is in pre-order right now.
I was just gonna say super quick. Let us know in the comments if y'all want to see like segmented of us doing these coffee things, and what kind of format you want to see more of the caffeine side of the dark roast of nerdiness.
Yeah, like if y'all actually are interested more in the coffee and you would actually like to see, like I can easily set up a secondary camera and do an overhead shot to show a live brew of something, or a little piece of equipment. The other men on the panel here can verify to you there is very little brewing equipment I don't have.
True.
Yeah. So this just got released by Sideshow. This is a pre-order. It's at $280 at pre-order. This is a 1/6 scale collectible of the Batman Nightfall. And yes, everything you're seeing is LED and lights up. The eyes, the chest piece, everything.
Wow.
And yes, I've already pre-ordered it.
1/6 scale.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's
yeah.
like
This ain't a little boy.
Where are you gonna put that?
I don't know, but it's only $280, so piss off. No, you want to know what I'm going to try to figure out how the hell I'm going to put it?
That shelf right above your head.
No. This is the one that I am trying to figure out where the fuck it's going to go.
Oh my god.
That is the throne. And yes, all the LCD screens light up.
You showed me this one before.
Yeah. It even comes with the Batcave diorama. And different heads, all of that. And last but not least, this is the one I'm pre-ordering when my paycheck hits. John Constantine,
yes.
Just Another Hangover Exorcism. And yes, the fire and the cigarette and everything are LED. They do light up. like that.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, those are my little collectibles that finally I've been watching those for 2 years ago. They were showed at San Diego Comic-Con at the Sideshow booth. 2 years just to get to fucking pre-order status. So yeah, Heroes and Fantasies already has them on order and they're set for layaway soon. What did you say?
Coffee and food segment.
Coffee and food tasting segment once in a while. That would be interesting. That would take some actual prepping just because
they'd be like
pairings.
recorded.
Well, not only that, pairings are very hard, especially with coffee.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, there is a very
chocolate.
There's a good amount of stuff that do pair with coffee, but it is not a wide berth.
Well, I mean, being that we're doing the Texas thing, we could pair it with some kind of barbecue because the flavors will hold up.
Sometimes it gets a little funky. I have found that coffee, oddly enough, when it comes to barbecue, works best when you shove it up a chicken's butt. You do beer can chicken, but with coffee.
Yeah.
And you use a very, very sad. Honestly, in my opinion, the only thing dark roast coffee is good for.
Well, no, okay. It pairs well with your chocolates, your vanillas.
Chocolate,
Cinnamon,
vanilla,
cinnamon,
beef, bison,
most
chicken,
most fruits.
Yeah,
I say most fruits, most berries.
That's what I was saying earlier.
Berries, tangerine, and orange.
Yeah.
When you mix it with anything like lime and lemon is too acidic, it makes it super funky. And cherries don't ever do anything with coffee and cherries. It literally is going to end up tasting like cough syrup.
Yeah.
Unless you like cough syrup. What did he put there? Have y'all done some bacon wrap? Oh yeah, bacon wrap green beans. Oh hell yeah.
That's an old French French.
Yeah. Dude, speaking of which, I got a nice thick cut jalapeno bacon that I got wrapped around some Kobe hot dogs that I'm going to fry up. Since I'm on the protein, more protein. And yes, before you ask, there is no more painting on the walls in my bath. Well, Shark here wants to go low carb, and I already warned him. I go like, yeah, you go super high protein, you pretty much get the rabbit shits for the first 3 days.
Yeah.
Then you're okay.
I'm already down 10 pounds, so.
Hey, I just got into it, cutting down to around 1,500, 1,600 calories.
A1C, just got the things. I am no longer pre-diabetic.
Good. Keep it that way. It's amazing what happens when you quit drinking sodas.
All right.
Yeah, fucking sugar, man. We were talking about anybody that thinks sugar isn't addictive, quit sugar completely. Cut it out 100% for a month, and then go have something with sugar and see what the fuck happens to you.
The Liquid Death sodas. Have you come across those yet?
Yes. What's her name? The Asian stores that are all over the place now.
Oh,
The Daisho starts with a D. Those have them in all their coolers. They have every single one of them. Shark and Hunter got a few of them the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's too much to me, man. I don't enjoy sugar in drinks anymore. Like, I don't mind sugar in some dessert things, but as for drinks, I just can't do it anymore.
I don't know. As I'm clearly addicted
Little
to
Debbie
Dr. Pepper.
slut. What do you put? Your pig nuts is sausage rolled in a deep ball, fried, and then drenched in melted. You meant drenched or dipped in melted cheese. Huh. See, I wouldn't mind trying that, but I'd have to figure out what I'm going to roll them in to fry them to hold it together because, well, I guess I could have used almond flour. I just need a binder. Hell, not even almond flour. If you use psyllium husk, it'll do that because you just need something to bind it.
We just need to make some armadillo eggs.
Hey.
Well, like I said, still we'd have to use cassava flour for me or something like that. I don't. Got to remember carb wise. I got to use a flour that's protein high. I don't.
I mean, we can do all that at my place with the smoker and all.
Yeah. Like I said, the pair entity, I'm down to try the pairings, but yeah, that would probably be something where parts of it would have to be pre-filmed, and then we air some of it here of the pre-filmed, and then discuss and drink coffee live to compare, or pre-film the person making the food, and then each of us have our own version of the food here and eat and try coffee here individually. I mean, there's ways to do it, but it would definitely be a lot more pre-prepping involved.
Or we keep the coffee and food separate. Like if we're doing a coffee segment, we do the coffee segment. If we're doing a food segment, we do the food segment.
Yeah.
Well, we know enough local
Yeah.
roasters and whatnot to, pull something like that off.
Yeah, well, once we get a damn storage facility and get the crap out of the garage, we'll have a roaster here. That is my next big purchase. I'm not
halfway there.
holding off on that. Yeah, we made big headway the other day. Like the Infinity's actually parked in my garage now.
Oh shit!
Yeah, we cleared a lot out. Me and him trimmed all the trees, took all that shit, and then took like 2 loads to a welly anonymous dumpster. Hey, it was freaking the holiday.
Tried to kill my truck with a tree.
Yeah. Dude, this tree, that upper part of the tree was so dead. The minute it landed, it like shrapnel exploded when it hit the ground.
Yes.
You know what anime I want to get another? Yes, Overlord. It is. It's coming. We just don't know when the fuck it's coming out.
It's a movie. They're doing a movie.
Well, they're doing the movie, but they're also doing another season. But the movie is basically to hold us over because, dude, they are so fucking behind on any anime they're working on. Their time frame turnaround is fucking to the point of stupid now. It's almost like where these studios need someone to rally them together and go, okay, you have 30 things here. The primary audience is watching 5. Block the rest of these, finish the 5, then go back to those.
And then they'd be upset when they're all isekai.
Dude, that seems to be like fucking everything.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong.
That's my genre.
Hey,
I
they're
love it.
entertaining, but only so many fucking times can you come up with different variations. That's honestly why I love.
I disagree. Fuck you. That's all I want to see. Just like I need 10. I need 10 not episodes.
That is honestly
10
why
each
that's
season.
why I love stuff like Lazarus, Sakamoto Days, because you're not in that same realm. Like honestly, out of every anime I've watched in the last 3 years, Sakamoto Days was
most unique.
The most unique and different from all of them.
Yeah.
Because it's just a premise you wouldn't really think of. And it does have a fantasy end to it of some of the things, but it's not that outside of the realm of believability. If you just, it's that movie Wanted level believability. Like it's improbable, but it's not Matrix out of reality.
Yeah.
Bending bullshit, bullshit in a sense.
Well, and
I love isekai anime, and Overlord is one of the best. And Moonlight, then you put Moonlight Fantasy.
All right. I got to talk about Moonlight Fantasy a little bit on this because it was great until they Kingdom Hearts it, and like all their main characters were on different pieces of the continent and completely focused on the other things. Just keep the story congruent, and it would have been awesome. And then all of a sudden, it's just this whole trying to find your way home like a lost puppy dog. And it was annoying.
Now, back on the note of coffee things. If
there we go.
Anybody watching would actually like to see us one day show a live demonstration of how to actually do some intermediate to advanced coffee techniques, I can bring on my friend Gabe, who is a barista and owns his own coffee shop, and have him do some stuff. Because where I am knowledgeable when it comes to pour over, roasting, and more traditional sense, when it comes to literally the mixology end of it, the latte art, the true espresso art of it, Gabe is way ahead of me. I mean, this guy makes his own fucking syrups, for Christ's sakes. He took his knowledge of being a mixologist bartender and combined it to his coffee shop. Like he has an espresso, he has a cold brew espresso old fashioned, like you would have an old fashioned whiskey drink, but without the whiskey, it's using cold brew coffee. And you wouldn't think the orange and bitters in coffee works. It fucking does. Because I go at least once a week and get it from him.
Why haven't we gone to his place yet?
Very limited hours. He is Wednesday through Saturday from 7 to 2 only for now. Once he moves his location, or he's thinking about opening a second location, he's going to go full hours on that one. Because right now he's doing this and 2 other jobs.
Oh, wow.
Because he's just on the ground of starting out. So if you are in the San Antonio area and it happens to be Wednesday or through Saturday, and it's early in the morning, just search up. There's a place called the Art of Cellars. It's a wine storage place that you can rent out a space to store your wine. It's a cellar that you can rent. His coffee shop is inside there. They are on Woodlawn and Fresno. And his name is Gabe. Really, really amazing dude. And yeah, if you're looking to get a date, go on there because every hot bitch in the area loves Gabe to death and is in that coffee shop every fucking time. The amount of women that come in and hit on him is fucking insane.
Well, and like we were saying the other day, like he's what we called old school Metro.
Yeah.
Which is, the hot boy look right now.
No, I'm not going to lie. Every woman I know that has met him all say the same thing. He's a good looker.
He's a Ryan Seacrest.
Pretty much, yeah. And yeah, I did, yes. I'm pretty sure most of us that do kind of follow, whether you intend to follow the streamer drama or it just comes across your feed. Yes, Hassan Piker and the gun incident is another prime example of that motherfucker should be banned permanently. He not only brandished, well, he brought out a gun on stream, waving it around, threatening somebody who basically challenged his little pee-pee retarded ego on his stream. And then doxed the guy. And then when he doxed him, he doxed the wrong motherfucker. It wasn't even the guy that did it. And now he's trying to say it's just an airsoft toy. It's just, and then he tried to compare, well, fucking Penguin Zero did it with Sneeko. It's like, no, dumbass. Penguin Zero brought out a gun and said, this is a clip. This is a magazine, a demonstration. He was not threatening him. This motherfucker's waving around a gun, cocking it back, talking about how he's going to go after the skinny little bitch talking shit about him. That's a fucking threat. Not only did he dox somebody live, he threatened somebody live with malicious and violent intent. Now more streamers are starting to fucking do it on Twitch. Yo, Bezos, get your head out of your fucking ass and your ugly siliconed wife and put Twitch in fucking check. Because you're about to be up a shitstorm. Because now you're about to have the FCC on your fucking ass. And since Amazon owns it, guess what, Bubba boy? The buck stops at the top, and that's you. Yeah, I watched that. It was so fucking pathetic. He says it's an airsoft gun, but he has not proven that. And I got news for you. If you slow that clip down when he points it forward, you do not see a brass inner barrel in that. Secondly, the clip on the bottom, when he shows the stream and you look at him holding like this, there is no gas valve insert on the bottom.
I'm pulling it up right now.
Now, the gun he showed the second day to justify it might be an airsoft gun, but I got news for you. He's still breaking the law in California because he has an airsoft gun that he has modified that does not have an orange tip on it or
Correct.
tape around it, which is by law in California, all airsoft guns have to have. Even if they're in your fucking home, you cannot remove the orange tip off of gun in the state of California. Either way, it was pathetic. Whether it's airsoft or a gun or not, Hassan Piker is the biggest worthless champagne socialist sack of shit I've ever seen. The guy's pathetic to a degree. Like, he is the prime example of what happens when a Nepo baby spends their entire life in front of a computer, never working out in the real world.
I'm sorry. I've seen pool toys with more backbone than that.
Yeah. But no, I've slowed down the clip a little bit just to look at the inner barrel. The part I haven't done is I want to find, if you go to Twitch and actually get the 4K version of the stream, I want to freeze the frame when he racks it back and zoom in, because if you don't see the fucking gas nozzle, guess what? Yep. It ain't an airsoft then. I will say that does also prove that, the Glock 19 airsoft it is when they are really goddamn accurately looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all own a few of them. But yeah, no, he should be up shit creek in multiple ways. Not only the fact that the poor guy that he doxed, who wasn't even the guy that did it, his fucking, army of simp ass limp noodle cronies started harassing the hell out of that guy and berating his channel and false flagging it. That guy should sue the fuck out of Hassan for all the damage and defamation and everything. Because that guy didn't do anything. All because it's proof that idiot will react in 5 seconds with no knowledge, no research, no nothing. Because he's a moron. But yeah, I saw that. I think it's hilarious that he does something that dumb, that's stupid. And yeah, just the whole situation with that guy. So yeah, no, I don't know if we're actually gonna do a Rumble Hour tonight because we kind of really gone over everything without going into that territory.
So I'm looking at a video, and I don't know if this is the original or if it's the secondary.
All right, hold on real quick. Well, there's another like Hassan that is equally pathetic, jerkish, an individual known for doxing VTubers and people who like anime because he hates anime and VTubers. Who are you talking about? Mike from PA? Mike from PA is another pathetic simp. That guy's doxed. That guy literally he's still on Twitch and he threatened somebody, offered $30,000 on stream for anybody to go kill the guy. And he's still on Twitch. Yeah, so that right there.
That's airsoft.
Yep.
I can see the gas valve right there.
Okay. But is this the original or is this when he started showing the gun the next day?
This is somebody else's stream video I pulled a free frame.
But still, no tape and no orange tip.
No orange tip. And
and by definition of the law, even if it is an airsoft, the person watching and the person you're threatening may not know that. So that is still a threat to do intentional harm with a potential weapon. And he did it live in front of thousands of viewers.
Yeah. And
not only that can be seen as all the people watching the stream inciting them to react the same against that individual.
Well,
and nothing will happen to him because the entire time he was doing that, the head of Twitch, the King Gooner, was probably down there blowing him. Yeah.
But I mean, all three of us are airsofters, and we all know that, with airsoft guns comes
actually entity every airsoft gun still comes with the orange tip.
Yep.
It's just everybody most people paint them over or remove them, which you can easily do with an Allen screw and a heat gun.
Yeah.
Cali
is more. So every airsoft weapon that comes into the US has to have an orange tip. In California, you have to leave the orange tip on, and you actually have to add orange to the trigger guard and the hand grip of the weapon. That is the California laws actually for airsoft.
So this is exactly what every airsoft gun in California has to look like. Orange right there, and the orange tip. And that's even when they're in your home. You cannot remove any of that, ever.
Correct.
And that has been that way since SB 199 was passed. Which was what, God?
That's like almost 10 years ago.
No, right there. Effective January 1st, 2016.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, Cali's actually got some of the strictest regulations on that kind of stuff. What was it?
He said, not where I live. The airsoft guns at my local store have no tips, and they're all metal. That might be because they've removed them themselves, or a lot of the ones on the wall are secondhand. See, we're the same here. You can go into a secondhand store or certain shops, and the custom ones they've already done that for you.
Yep.
In fact, most fields here don't care if you have an orange tip or not. They inspect everything that they think is supposed to inspect everything they think is questionable.
Yeah. Even e-bike though, like if you go into the store, some of them they've already put together and the tip is missing, but it's shipped in with that tip. It's
I have one brand new here in the house that we have not opened that I guarantee if I open the box right now and show it, it'll have an orange tip. Bear in mind, I will not do that because the minute I touch the goddamn thing, they'll kill this stream.
Yep.
See, that's the other thing about Twitch. If he had done that on YouTube, the minute he picked it up,
They would have
the AI YouTube algorithm would have killed the live stream. Sorry. Because we had a friend of ours who is one of the large channels, US Airsoft. He kept doing live streams, and every once in a while in the middle of the live stream, it would kill it, and he didn't know why until his YouTube rep finally said, it wasn't that you were showing your used airsoft collection. It wasn't that you were pointing or possibly touching one. He goes, the minute you picked it up or you bracked it, the AI killed your stream instantly. And the reason they do that is not because they're anti-gun. It's because of all the assholes that over the last couple of years live stream their shootings. But that's how they program the AI to kill it. It's funny, people are lighting off what they didn't get lit off last night. I can hear it popping off outside my window.
Yeah, it was going earlier too.
Oh, we were having jokes last night. We went over to Hunter's house there for a little while, and Walrus actually had a couple of mortars left over from, was it last 4th or what was
it?
That
was
for
from
New
Christmas.
Year's? Okay, and we're popping these mortars off, and they're big boy mortars. But then, like a street over, you see this like peep, and we're like, "That's HOA approved."
HOA approved.
Yeah, no, I took the rest and brought them to my neighborhood, and I got rid of all of them.
Nice.
But yeah, I think next stream I'll figure out how to set something up, and I'll make something live using the X-Bloom, because a lot of people still haven't seen the functionality and capability of that machine. Or by fun, now that I got it rehooked up, I'll do something on the Siphon, because what we'll do is I'll set up a second camera to a stream here as a second webcam, and we'll have it broadcasting as like one of our pictures as we're talking, because since that does take a while to make, it'd be kind of something cool to watch in the background. And then, we can definitely figure stuff out as we go along. I definitely do want to do more coffee related stuff, but like I said, just lately, there hasn't been anything. I mean, with all, like I said, they did the big function, like Houston. We hosted it this year. Pissed me off because by the time I found out it was going on, I was already at work and it was over. But even everybody I knew that went there said it's like it was just some of the stuff we saw last year, just a newer version of it, like actual new. Really wasn't any. There's a V2. Oh, Leafy. Yeah. Then she shows them how to teach gun safety. Yeah, but one, that's a VTuber, so that's where they get kind of skid around. And two, it's on Twitch. You can show guns and safety and how to use them on YouTube, but it has to be an uploaded content video. Okay, it can't be live stream. Live stream, they crack down on that big time. But yeah, Twitch doesn't seem to really follow any TOS, and unless you wear a MAGA hat and then they fuck you up the ass.
Yeah, honestly, I was sitting over here. I've got my little kunai I was using to scratch my back, but I'm like making sure it's out of frame because they might even go off.
Oh yeah, and anything that looks like a weapon.
Plastic.
Yeah, it's crazy how ballistically stupid they go on stuff. Yeah. But I can understand why. When you have 2 streams in a row of people committing an atrocity and you didn't catch it in time, and a couple thousand people saw it, yeah, your ad revenue people are going to be like, motherfucker, you don't ever let that happen again. So yeah, they had to go a little ballistic, but sadly they went super ballistic, and yeah, it's kind of stupid. I mean, when they're demonetizing stuff and telling people we're taking your shit down because it doesn't meet TOS, it's like, it's a toy. It's been stated at the beginning and multiple times during the video, it's a toy, and it's a toy that is literally legal everywhere around the world except for like 2 fucking countries that nobody gives a shit about.
Yeah, because nobody wants to go to Australia anyway.
Yeah.
Too many death. That's a death freaking.
Oh yeah, no. YouTube is cracking down on reaction big time. But they're not cracking down like everybody's ballistically acting like, oh, reaction content's going to end completely. No. They're going after the people that rightfully should have been going after. Like, if you're sitting there, I'm going to react, and you react to a 30-minute video and you pull Hassan and walk away and it's just your chair watching the fucking video, that's not a react.
Correct.
If you're not pausing it in between or watching the whole thing and then going back and watching segments like we just did and talking and reacting to it and laughing about it, giving your opinion, giving some type of insight, comparing, doing comparisons, that's what react is supposed to be.
Yeah, if you're not doing like a donut operator type style.
Exactly.
Similar.
Or like a lot of these people that are getting in trouble, like all the assholes with the H3H3 lawsuit, they maliciously, and before they did it, one, they didn't react to his video. They react to his live stream of the premiere of that video at the exact same time of the live stream premiere. So they were literally streaming it at the same time, a matter of seconds after what his channel was originally showing it, with the sole purpose to detract people away. And they even vocally stated, don't watch it on his, don't give him the views, watch it on ours, give us the revenue, and give us tips and likes. Fuck him. That's where they're going to get screwed, because that is malicious intent. Even if he hadn't copyrighted it, that is a show of malicious intent. The fact that all these, and it just happens to be 3 chicks, the fact that all these dumb bitches canceled out all their videos and deleted them after they knew they were getting sued screws them even more.
Yep.
Because you're not supposed to do that. And it doesn't do them any good, because you and everybody already knows their Discord, everything, have all been copied to hell and back and archived. But yeah, it's I like that. It's funny that there's a VTuber that turns a 10-minute video into a 2-hour long one because there's so much commentary. Yeah, because if you're really informative and what you're watching does actually solicit memories, emotions, and comparisons to something else, you can take anything and run with it for a long time. And you can make it entertaining if you're good at making those comparisons, keeping it lively. And that's what React content should be. Like, one of the people I used to love watching before YouTube fucked him over was MXR. MXR, the husband and wife, were freaking hilarious. Like, they were funny to watch. They would crack jokes. They would, it was just entertaining. And they also gave credit to everybody. That's the other thing these people that are going to get in trouble don't do. They don't do like we do. They don't put the links. They don't tell people, go look at the original video. If you like it, like the original video. Show some love to that creator. They just watch it and don't put anything down at all. Like stupid SS Sniper cunt. Even to this day, she doesn't give, she does the bare minimum now. She actually, when she's watching the TikTok, shows the person's white, their watermark. Before, she used to cut that out. Dude, yes, MXR had some amazing thumbnails. Jeannie and all of them, I loved both of them. They were freaking hilarious. I love the fact that YouTube banned her channel and both of their channels over something on his channel that was utter bullshit. But they found a workaround. They were smart. They had a friend create another channel that when they post their reactions and their videos now on their Patreon, a day later, it's uploaded from the friend as a shared experience of the Patreon stream on YouTube.
Nice.
I thought that was genius.
So, something I came across my feed the other day. I know it's a little off topic from this. Did you hear that Brazil's suing Nintendo over the Switch 2?
No.
Yes. Okay. So this came across my feed, and I feel like this is very relevant to this show. The Switch 2, the way it's designed, you are literally leasing equipment from them. The way it's built,
because that they can brick it at will.
You don't own anything. They can brick it at will. Brazil's customer protection and defense program has put in basically saying that they should not be able to do that and brick it because you have purchased the equipment.
So it is your property.
It is your property. And by them restricting eShop access, not just online play, but eShop access, in essence, bricks the item indefinitely. And Nintendo refuses to make any exceptions on this. So Brazil is suing them over it.
Good. Because it'll gain traction. Hopefully more other countries will look at their laws closer and see if they're violating. Because I'm sorry, what Nintendo did with that is just fucking bullshit.
Yeah, if I can understand that if you violate the terms, they shut down your online experience as far as multiplayer. I get it. But by saying you can't even get to the eShop to buy single player games, you aren't allowed to do anything. No.
Well, not only eShop, they're literally shutting off the unit's capability to connect at all.
Yeah.
Which is not right. You are bricking it, because everything that they're doing, even though you buy a physical copy, there's still 80 to 60% of it that is going to need online capability.
Yeah. Exactly. No, more. 90%.
Correct, Entity. Yeah, you don't check out to take out a loan for a gaming console. Correct.
Exactly.
But the dumbest part is as much as Brazil does it, and as many countries that maybe jump on and figure out ways and go after them, you're dealing with an entity, a company that is insanely powerful and has a lot of money. But on top of it, the amount that they've already sold because of all these dumb fucks that had to have one it proves that they can literally say, once you buy this, you must play it for the rest of your life or it'll kill you. People will be like, oh, I got the Switch 3.
Well, I forget what game it was that came out recently where you're buying the legacy pack or whatever. You're buying the high-end version of this, what you think is the game, and the game's not even fucking included.
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about. You're getting like a statue and everything, but you still got to buy the fucking game.
Separate.
Yeah. Oh,
even by the way it was marketed, it seemed like you were getting the game. What was
it like a Legend of Zelda type thing?
No, this one.
No.
This one Nintendo.
This was
Was it like a Red Dead or something?
It's something that hasn't come out yet.
I thought
if I had to
say along the lines of like Red Dead.
Search it real quick. Just put in what collector edition game doesn't even come with the game. It's gonna be the only one that fucking pops up. I want to say it was either something from EA or what's the one that does Borderlands? Gearbox Studios.
Oh, it was Borderlands 4.
Yep.
The collector
That's
edition
why I thought,
of the game does not include
even
the
come
game
with the
itself.
fucking game. So you're going to spend 200 and something for the collector edition, then you got to spend another 70 to 80 to buy the fucking game.
Diablo 4 was the same.
Really?
Collector edition of this game includes a cloth map of the sanctuary, a pin of the horde room, an art book, and other items, but not the game.
That's just bull, dude. But the problem is people buy it. People pay it. And then enough that they'll do it again.
Yeah.
So when you brought
Mass
up
Effect
Brazil,
Andromeda.
You got to remember, we are in a time that it's not like years before. Years before, if word like this came out on something and people are like, boycott, their sales wouldn't even go into the thousands.
Dude, I remember going to
But people don't do that
releases
shit anymore.
for WoW.
They'll online going, that's bullshit, I'm not going to buy it. As they're opening up the box, like, nobody sees me opening the box, right?
Exactly.
That's the bullshit people are. They're the fuck, no action.
See, when you started talking about Brazil, I thought you were going to go into like some ITAR or something or another of like, they were buying the Nintendo Switch because it's got a specific processor that they can't get, where they are, and they would go and desolder it there and now use it and other stuff.
The interesting thing is, and it's funny that Brazil has that level of customer protection, considering that there is a large amount, especially when it comes to games and consoles, that were never released to Brazil.
Yeah.
And the only reason I know this is Dan on Friday Night Tights lives in Brazil, and they were talking about this when the Switch 2 came out. He's like, we're getting the Switch 2. And they cracked a joke. They're like, you're getting the Switch 2, but you motherfuckers never even got the Series XS or the 1. And he's like, yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah.
That's why in Brazil, retro games are huge, because that's some of the only shit they ever got.
Yeah. Nintendo is, so the article says that Nintendo is getting an appointed local law firm to handle this matter. But yeah, I thought that was a pretty interesting little tidbit there.
Yeah. Entity put it is a constant fight, and people are tired, and it's always been a war of attrition, but I don't think it really just comes to being tired. It's a simple fact that people are driven. Marketers have mastered FOMO, and social media feeds off of FOMO. And people, God forbid, don't want to be the loser seen as the loser, out of touch person in their group of people. People care too much about their image, and what
Keeping up
other
with the
people think.
Joneses, as we used to say.
Yeah, that's the problem. There is not, and then the worst part is on top of that, the people, 90% of the people you see on social media that say they're independent or outliers or outsiders are not. They're too also parroting and cosplaying a part. I mean, you want to find someone who's an outlier, just look at their social media. If they have social media, but they hardly ever fucking post or share a damn thing, they might be the genuine article. But if they are online socially all the time, tweeting, sharing, Instagram, Facebook, all of it, no. Whether they want to admit it or not, they are part of the machine. They've already been sucked into it. That's why they're doing that. Like, I have a ton of social media. Half of my older friends that are socially active on Facebook wonder if I'm alive half the time.
That's the same for me. The only reason I have Facebook is to keep up with family that I don't see or military buddies.
Yeah, mine's the same way, to keep track of a few friends that I don't have their current phone numbers and they live out of state or out of country. And Instagram used to be fun to post photos and share stuff and everything, but now it's become so filled with, AI and OF girls. It's just bullshit now.
Yeah.
Like, I literally spent the last month going through my following list and scrubbing every chick on there that has that shit now, because when I first started following, they didn't, but now they do. And the algorithm is slowly, when I go into browse, starting to finally change to the shit it shows me. But now it's just trying to feed me with a bunch of AI crap.
Well, and like we were saying the other day about Twitter, I mean, that started off as just voyeurism.
Yeah. And yeah, Entity, I do know a lot of people like you that they do. Twitter is, for the most part, a good way to keep up with things as the second as they happen. I have one in the sense that I go on it every once in a while when there's like contests and you have to follow, you have to do all that to get an extra entry, all that shit. But as for my page in Twitter itself, I've never shared or made a single post on it, ever. And I probably never will. It's just one of those platforms I never cared for, because to me, when Twitter first came out, literally it wasn't share news, share photos, updates on movies. It was literally people on there, I just dropped a big shit. Now I'm going to work. I drank a big coffee. I had a large meal. It was literally, you voyeurized my entire life just to show that my life is literally as pathetic as everybody else. And I just didn't get I did not understand the need for it. It's like, I am a very private person other than doing something like this, because I just view this as fun and people talking and sharing. But as for what I personally go through and stuff like that, I don't want to share that with them. Like, I don't need a soapbox for people to view in and see all the fucked shit going on. I'd rather project the fun I'm having. Which is why sometimes this gets a little tedious, because when there isn't shit to find and I want to find shit, and that day is probably where more coffee stuff is going to come in, because yeah, sometimes, let's face it, entertainment game-wise, every 2 weeks, we don't really get some updates on some fun shit. Thankfully, we are entering into the later part of the summer, so we're going to have some interesting stuff. We're going to see how epic of a failure Fantastic Four is. We're going to see if James Gunn's Superman, brought by James Gunn is going to actually be good or not. The sad part is, if none of this stuff is any good, it's going to be bad. I mean, truthfully, I am literally looking forward more to the line of what's going to happen. Star Trek is the one IP that hasn't been epically fucked. It has
just
hope.
You wait.
No, they got rid of Kurtzman. Kurtzman is gone.
Yeah,
and
but
he
with
is
the
not,
power
he is
of
not
AI and destruction.
They won't ever do that, because you got to remember, even though Paramount has the rights to it, the Roddenberry family still has controlling stake. There are people that still give a shit about Star Trek, and they have realized that the experimental direction they let Kurtzman go in was not. You've got to sometimes let someone else take the reign and see what they do.
Wars.
Well, no, they living proof they learned from Star Wars, Picard season 3.
Yeah.
when they saw the fan feedback from that and the love of everybody coming back, they saw their ways. That's why we did not get another season of Lower Decks, because if they put Lower Decks into motion, it would have extended Kurtzman's contract. They had to cancel and end it to get him the fuck out.
Which sadly, Lower Decks is freaking awesome.
Oh yeah,
But
dude,
if that's
especially the live show transfer Boimler and all of them into Strange New Worlds. And the best part is Strange New Worlds is ending after this next season because it is going to show the death of Pike and the rise of Kirk. And the guy they do have picked as a young Captain Kirk shows great potential of being the Kirk we saw in the original series, leading up to the original series.
Yeah. Well,
like they did good casting with him. What do you say?
I mean, it would be nice
Hold on.
if they...
What is it? I'm a very private individual on Xbox. I haven't talked to another person in 10 years. I couldn't do that. I trash talk all the time. I was the type of guy that I made people cry. I had one kid rage so much that we literally heard a door bust open and his mother screaming at him of the obscenities and literally could hear him being slapped by her. I wish I had clipped that and saved it because me and my roommate were laughing our asses off, literally telling her, hit him harder.
And as a hockey player, so yeah.
So Entity, I do love that saying right there, but I got a better one view. There is security through obscurity. Better put, there's power in anonymity. And that's partly why when Shark and I were originally thinking about doing all this, we wanted to do VTubers. It's just we didn't realize that that's a lot of work to get one of those little motherfuckers to move right. Way more than we wanted to. Shark and I had a discussion at the pub one day that was kind of like, if we're going to voice our opinions and we're going to kind of go on this, just be ourselves and be out there. I don't really give a shit what people say about me. I never have. What are they going to say? He's ugly. He's fat. Ooh, tell me something I don't know.
Right.
No. He seems like an asshole. It's like, yes, to people I like, I'm a friend and I'm nice. To everybody else, if you're a dick, yeah, I'm an asshole.
Well, you're an asshole to me.
Dicks fuck pussy, but they also fuck assholes.
So yeah, and like we were talking about that. What was it? 2 episodes Entity. You're right. That's where VTubers have created a niche. They have found a way to 100% be themselves through the anonymity of the character they portray. And it gives a lot of them, like people like Iron Mouse, that have a condition that going out in the real world is not an option, that no matter how bad they feel or, fuck, her first year of streaming, she had a goddamn tube in her. Breathing. You could hear it. So that's where I do like the VTuber idea in a sense. But for me, I just figured, no, just do this. I'm not one of these people that's going to get roped into the dumb drama of other people. None of us here in this group are. That's why I laugh at people like Piker and all of them talking like the minute Asmongold's something, he's living rent free in the fucker's head for the next month. It's like, dude, you are living embodiment of the fact that you are a 40-year-old child. It's like no adult gives a fuck that much about what someone they don't know says. Like literally watching these streamers half the time, it's like watching the majority of them. This is the best analogy I can put it. It's a bunch of kids in the playground watching 2 kids fight over the ball that everybody wants to play with, not realizing that nobody wants to play with either one of those fuckers.
You know what it is? It's the new rendition of the Jersey Shore.
No, because Jersey Shore was a little entertaining, at least. I mean,
yeah, it was a little entertaining, and you laughed your ass off when Snooki did dumb shit.
Well,
now, to agree with that analogy, it's the Jersey Shore if everybody on it was the situation.
Yes.
A bunch of full of themselves, jackass, man-child meatballs who literally are the biggest wimps in the crew.
Well, and if
did you ever hear about the episode of Jersey Shore that never aired?
No.
Okay.
Thank you. I didn't really watch it. So
the Jersey Shore did this whole little stint where they went to different cities to bring the shore. Well, they came to Austin. And the situation decided to talk some shit in a redneck bar. It was, what is it? The Silver Horseshoe that used to be on 6th Street.
Yeah.
Or Bronze Horse. It's something colored horseshoe.
Yeah.
It was next to Soviet 7 back in the day. It's not there anymore. It's a fucking dispensary now. Go figure. That's half of 6th Street now. So
That's Austin.
They went down there. The situation, I'm fucking, Guidos unite. Fucking goes down there and starts talking shit to this like 90-pound skinny motherfucker, wearing full cowboy gear, not realizing that the guy he's talking shit to is an amateur PBR.
Oh, fuck.
Those that don't know, bull rider. The situation opens his fucking mouth without warning in front of the cameras. The guy turns around, clocks him, knocks him on his ass out cold in one hit, walks up to him and says, "Welcome to fucking Texas, bitch," and walks off. They left Austin the very next day and never came back.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Living embodiment of one, it ain't the barking the dog, it's the, it's not the,
It's
it's not the dog in the fight, it's the fight in the dog.
Yeah.
And living proof, I learned a long time ago, don't fuck with skinny motherfuckers, because if you're a big dude, they will go crazy and feral because they know it's the only way they stand a chance.
I'll jump on you like Spider-Man.
But it was funny because the video aired because they were doing it live, but then it never got showed. It got scrubbed from completely. But I saw it live. I saw it. Just try to find it. I saw it live, and the funniest part is, as it was happening, I'm laughing my ass off because I could tell this motherfucker was a PBR because he had his fucking buckle on. And yeah, laid him out. They said, Hassan is crashing out is kind of entertaining. We call that crackhead energy. Yeah. No, I will say, I watch a little bit more. Well, I don't really watch. I listen to a lot of it when I'm a courier, so I drive a lot. And I like having YouTube and some of the people playing on in the background, because sometimes you get tired of, as big of a catalog Pandora has, sometimes it does regurgitate the same 60 fucking songs in the same day. But yeah, I have been laughing at watching him crash out. Like, it is funny how, especially Asmongold and Charlie have been living rent-free in Hassan's head for like the past 2 months, when they have neither one of them have really even mentioned him at all. And it's all because when those two guys do talk about him, they talk about him without insulting him, without name-calling, and literally point out logically how dumb everything he's saying and incorrect it is. And that's what he can't stand, because he doesn't have a comeback. People that have to name call, denigrate, or are disingenuous and be disingenuous are doing that because they know they've already lost the argument. Are y'all guys try finding it? It was on YouTube a while ago, and then it gets deleted all the time.
Yeah, I wasn't seeing it on YouTube.
Situation knocks himself out.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like I said, they scrubbed it. It's one of those that I bet you the only footage is probably still in the MTV vault. But it was, God, it had to be like 01. It was a long time. It was right when it was like second, like right after Jersey Shore made it. Yeah, it was right when Jersey Shore made it big. It was one of the first tours. They were going around to college campuses is what they were doing. But yeah. But, well, wow, we went a lot longer today than I expected with just a few topics. So I think that's actually where we're going to call it this evening. Shark here's still in his stint of 8 days straight, right?
10 hours.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, you're in day 3 starting tomorrow?
3. Yeah. Tomorrow's 3.
Yeah. Tomorrow's 3. So yeah, you need to get some rest. He's got to get an early start. I got a bunch of crap here around to do the house. So I want to thank everybody for joining and watching. Thank you, Entity, as always, for popping in. We're not going to do a Rumble Power Hour today because we did a lot longer here on YouTube. But again, we are streaming both live on Rumble and YouTube at the same time. Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. Definitely comment. Give us, if you have any ideas or things you'd love to see us talk about or anything, please hit us up. Leave a comment. I keep track of all these and I watch them. At least twice a week, I'm checking everything to double check stuff. On Rumble, if you like what you see, give us a follow again, give us a comment. On Rumble, if you're another AI bot trying to tell me, call me on your Telegram because you're going to boost our channel, go fuck yourself. I don't care. But again, thank you all for joining. Thank you all for listening. More coffee stuff to come. We got a lot of other stuff planned. Thank you for giving us the insight of different ideas, entity, and stuff to check out. Thank you for the recommendation on the trailer. We really love it. And we will see y'all again in 2 weeks. Gentlemen, very quickly, what are you up to before we hop out? What do you got coming down the pipe? Bed. All right. Walrus, what you got coming up?
More work, some travel up to Fort Worth, possibly. Maybe doing some more of that airsoft and stuff.
Nice. Me, I got computer shit to fix, room to finish up, and eventually coilovers to order for a car. So definitely more coffee stuff coming. Thank you again for joining. Hope y'all have a safe night. We will catch y'all in 2 weeks. Take care. Be good to yourselves. See you then.